And we're back. Apologies for the delay. First game of the day on the way, just around the corner. Mirage, the first map of the series. A quick recap for you. Mirage Overpass, Inferno, a decider. Mirage picked by Apeks. Overpass picked by GamerLegion. Some quite interesting interviews we saw there while we were waiting for the game to begin. GamerLegion saying that they tend to lose their first match every time they play a tournament. It's a single elimination. They really can't afford to do that here.
Yeah, got to be a good start for them. And from Apeks, I feel like we were just hearing more about how they were handling the heat. You know, Nork was outside for about 5 minutes, decided that was enough, back into the air conditioning. Understandable. We all get it. They're there to play. And yeah, I think Apeks will be coming into Mirage, hoping they can really use some of those individuals. You've got good aggressive riflers like Jacob. You've got a good AWPer in Nork. I think Sasanito, we've got to see what he can do as the recent addition to this lineup as we get underway into Mirage.
Right then, GamerLegion starting on the T side. Where the P250's at, in the hands of Volt and Neelan. Double P250 going fishing then as Connector will be taken by Apeks. Zach trying to make something happen here. He's got A-Core as well in the Palace, but those are the only two standing now as this looks like a disastrous beginning on Mirage as far as the pistol is concerned for GamerLegion.
Well, this might be one of those slow starts they were talking about. Hopefully not to the whole tournament, but to this map. It's not looking good for GamerLegion right now on the pistol, losing so many players up mid early. A-Core and Isak just hoping a mistake is made, hoping a fight comes to them. They desperately need it at this point. Apeks know if they just sit back, they can be ready to work together, line up those trades, line up those crossfires. Finally, contact about to be taken. Stiko spots, Jacob frags. Isak will just try and do damage, but nothing doing for GamerLegion. It is a clean pistol for Apeks.
Certainly a promising start. Apeks
a few of them weren't even tagged, right? Yeah. Honestly, that I think in a pro game like this, that makes such a difference as well. If you can draw out that that M4 over a more short-term firearm, but that can come with curses because it generally means no grenades in a lot of instances. And depending on the position you're playing, if you're playing a map in a position where the T's can close the distance and then swarm, and you don't have a molly to slow them down to allow more help to come, etc., then that rifle can fall into enemy hands. So you've got to be careful about how you use that extra money if you do get that cheap helmet. I mean, Jacob just got so many kills that even with the damage to his Kevlar, he went straight in with the M4. And they have got 3 rifles, so pretty solid. And they also denied the bomb plant, so nothing really doing for GamerLegion in this round. Apeks will just be hoping to hold on to everything. They should have a pretty easy time here. Oh, mate, have we got the big fake going on with the bomb in Palace? No, it looks like they're going to come back through underpass.
Oh. Menacing grenade. 4-man peek then. No need for Apeks to get too curious again. Not knowing what could be down there. No need to play a potentially close range scenario. Short player is always going to be quite important for the rounds to come. Just keep an eye out for the short player and how the short player supports the connector position and the defense of that position. Definitely something to keep an eye on for those of you who play shorts at home. Has he seen anything just yet? Maybe now? Hard to tell sometimes with the X-ray.
I don't know. I don't think he's seen anything. No one's turned around. This is okay. Someone will look now, and that should put an end to this.
Oh, he's in the red! They're all in the red! They're gonna lose the round!
What?
This round's over. It's done. This is a wrap. Oh my days, they did enough damage. Kickson's got the right tool for the job, but bloody hell. Oh, he's seen A-Core, then he's got a lot of the information. They have to disengage for as long as possible. That's a huge frag. What an escalation. Utility. He has a kit, he's got a smoke. Akor could have rotated by now. Oh my lord. He's dead. He's done for. He's done for. This is a wrap. Or is it? Or is it? He's got a 5-second defuse. Akor! Oh, so close. So many CTs in the red all of a sudden. Man, they all died. Everybody got smoked.
Little smile on the faces of the Apeks players there, but man. Oh man, that was a wild round. They just sneak so far into connector. I guess they do enough damage, and then suddenly it's 4 kills in like 2 seconds from Glocks. You just never see that. Either way, GamerLegion able to get a buy on board. They've got an AWP in the hands of Akor. Meanwhile, the CT's going for a little drop into underpass early. See if Jacob can get much done from that position. As GamerLegion right now are grouped outside this B site.
That's absolutely the best way to lose a round. Plant the bomb and wipe out all of the CTs. Couldn't really ask for more if you are going to lose the round. And it gives them so much potential in this one. Oh, Neelan's caught with a grenade in his hands. Flight warning for Apeks on this B bomb site, but it will still be lost. Casanito will make his way into market. Looking the numbers out somewhat as Akor didn't quite take the shot there. That's certainly going to be a boon for Apeks now in a 4-on-2 situation. Isaac trying to do what he can. A question of damage now for Volt if he could do any more. Make it expensive for them. 3 will survive in the end. Was that an AWP that was in mid or a scout? I think it must have been an AWP, right? Because I'm expecting to delay this defuse to retrieve that if it was an AWP.
GamerLegion had the AWP earlier in the round, so I think that should be picked up. There you go. Sassanito's got it. Good call. Couple of AKs as well. And what a start from Jacob. 8 kills for him. I think Apeks are always at their best when Jacob's having a really good performance. And that's what we're seeing early on here. Definitely a player that can take a few liberties, make some plays. He's got a lot of experience as well. And he's not going to be scared of taking initiative. So really great to see him off to such a good start. And for GamerLegion, one of those slow starts could be plaguing them again if they can't pick it up here. They have still got a buy to move into mid, but Sassanito ready to fight. Gets that first one on the edge of the smoke.
Only 5-on-4 for the CTs is fantastic. Such a strong situation for them. Gonna take the foot off the gas somewhat. GamerLegion will try to establish control of connector. Pop flash after the smoke goes up. Nico's creeping though. Sassanito is as well, but things get more expensive for Apeks. Suddenly it turns around. They find themselves in a 2-on-3. Bomb falling back from mid as Neelan might get some sound cues. Apeks will have to rotate slowly as mid was very much compromised. Just 2 of them, and they will split the defenses as well. Kicks in over towards A. Nork will be left in situ over towards B. Now, what is Neelan's role in this? 2 players in Palace. He's offered a smoke towards the B bomb site and now starts to rotate over through that mid position.
Oh no.
Oh, kicks in, gets brutalized side of the head. And that should be the round over.
Terrible timing for Kixon. If he held that angle just a few seconds longer, that could have actually been really awkward. Coming out through Palace, if both players were close together, there was a chance for a lineup that Kixan ends up moving at the wrong time. And so GamerLegion will be on the board. Some really important frags from Neelan there around mid. Normally not a big fragger. He's the in-game leader of this team. But definitely got some impact frags there. And it really was the question for Apeks as to whether they wanted to hang around and fight for mid after they got the man advantage. They decided they did want to. They didn't have that AWP of Nork there. It was just the riflers fighting mid. So those AKs actually were able to get a good amount of work done. They were able to bring it back into their advantage. GamerLegion finally on the board. And you can see Hash in the background trying to hype them up. He knows they can't afford a slow start here.
Yeah, they did really good work earlier on. Even in the rounds they lost, they made it so expensive for Apeks to be in trouble very, very early indeed. just lurking in that mid position, had enough personnel on deck to thin out those CT numbers. You can see that Apeks have opted for the 4 spy around at AWP. There'll be an M4. Mixed bag for the rest of them, but some good utility, and Apeks will know how to use it. Nork flash from his angles, trying to find something early. That's been thwarted. Jacob in the lower mid area, falling back towards connector now. Zakor will catch him and dispatch him. Great start for GamerLegion. Their turn to enjoy the luxuries of a early 5-on-4. Some spotting from Kicksan. It's still a minute 30 here for GamerLegion, but through the smoke they go. Oh, they're late to come through after Volt as well, but Kicksan will be dropped at the very least. Now Nork's posting up with an angle. And down goes Neelan. 3 versus 2. Nork can really have some big impacts here. Acor standing top mid at present. I think he's heard the rotation from Stiko as well. But the bomb would be planted on the B bomb sites anyway. It was awkward for a rotation. They've made the right play, and now the hunt is on for the AWP.
Oh, nice from Nork. Wise to the tricks of Acor. That smoke being dropped down. Figured that Acor was trying to cut him off. I like the quick decision from Nork to get away there. Apeks doing a decent job in this round. They got that AWP into position. They got the early info on B. But it was a good decisive call from GamerLegion. They made sure they were all on the same page. Even if they weren't 100% perfect with their timing, just the fact they had the weapons advantage and they all committed together worked out for them in the long run. That will now be a second round on board for GamerLegion. Finding a bit more success on those mid trades in these rounds that have worked for them. I'm interested to see going forwards whether Apeks continue to try and fight for mid or whether they're happy to give it up. For now, though, their money is a little awkward, so it'll be all eyes on Nork in this next round.
Mirage. These angles will be changing slightly from what we've seen in CS2. I wonder if there'll be more updates upon the new iteration. I don't know, I feel weird calling it a new game. I feel like it's the same game with some upgrades. And it has a new name to signify those upgrades. Like it's turning a corner, but it's not a new book. I think we're in the same book. Perhaps a new chapter. Anyway.
Oh, wow. So Nork actually drops a rifle to Sasanito as well. Spent all his money there.
Love the movement.
I wonder if they're expecting you'll get to save that AWP if they lose the round. We'll see.
Committed towards that short position now. As position will be lost, if Sasanito can't get anything done with this rifle, will there be anything left? Stiko in isolation now with that USP. And there isn't really a way for the CTs to help him just yet. There's no utility at this point of the round for Apeks either, but Sasanito will find something. Now slow things down somewhat. Stiko will die, but how much did he see on the kill feed, on the kill cam rather, in terms of positions and so on? Things are slowing down and becoming awkward for GamerLegion now. We may be heading towards hesitation from them. As Sasanito finds a second. How many rifles are there on the server for Apeks? That's a question GamerLegion don't know the answer to. This is so awkward for them now. Advantage Apeks for sure. Nork is creeping with the AWP as well. No one's showing just yet. And at some point, someone's got to plant the bomb, which means there'll be only 2 people here to defend. You see Nork threatening to emerge now. The fake plants are coming through. Isaac stuck in the corner. It only gets more awkward for GamerLegion, but they've dropped the rifle at Sasanito. And there goes Jacob as well. Suddenly, it's just down to Nork going for the flicks there on Palace. Not an easy round for GamerLegion here. Not over just yet either. Nork looking for that second play up so fast. He knows the last one's in Palace as well. Neelan with 24 HP. This could be a loss for GamerLegion. Is there a kit for him? Surely there isn't one. Does Neelan gamble on the lack of kit here? Is he a non-believer? This is so scary if you're the T side right now. Nork baiting with the scope. Neelan considering going to have a look. The pistol is out. The pistol would be enough, but Neelan is delaying enough to stop this one from happening. Oh, he just can't find that one connection he needed. And they survived the test. What an awkward round for GamerLegion.
I think they might have both run out of ammo with their AWPs there because they both go to the pistol. Nork definitely ran out of shots with his sniper. That got so uncomfortable, and it was a good start from Apeks. They just had a boost over those smokes for that rifle of Sasanito, which really stalled GamerLegion significantly. But then the fights do come to GamerLegion eventually. They hold on for the round win. This has been a scrappy back and forth start to this map, though. We do have that buy back for Apeks now. No AWP this time. And they still want to fight for mid. They've got a couple of players in underpass. They might actually push through towards B. See who makes the first move here. Apeks still waiting patiently. Jacob might get the timing right. It's the MAC-10 against him, but Nealon runs him down. Are they ready for the second man? They're losing numbers elsewhere. GamerLegion clean on the 5-on-3.
Very scrappy game of Mirage so far. No one able to stabilize their economy. And indeed it is. It's going to allow the rotation for Kixan to make his way over towards A and support Nork. Sorry, support Casanito. He will certainly need it. A lot of players coming his way. There's a lot of util here for GamerLegion also. 1 minute on the clock. There may be an execute onto the bomb site. Indeed, the utility starts to come through now. That's giving time for Apeks to fully commit to this bomb site as well, though. Nork putting out some flashes, and Sasanito will punish the hesitation as GamerLegion take their time coming out. 40 seconds, urgency is rising, but all the T's are on the bomb site now. But they still need to find the kills. 3 players still standing for Apeks. Clock is becoming their friend now. As all the utilities gone for GamerLegion, down to the 3-on-3. A fake plant, 20 seconds remain. This is getting very scary indeed. Nealon committing, and Kixan's got that smoke to play with. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. They just waited too long here, GamerLegion. And I did wonder, the hesitation around the ramp. They had the players to trade out. They waited for the util to drop, and that just buys time for all the CTs, all the remaining CTs to come to that bomb site and just give the biggest defense.
Yeah, a little hesitation being shown from GamerLegion with some of these site plays, but I also love what Apeks did in that round. I mean, Nork played that so smart. He waits in underpass, he hears the players running away, he sees that B is clear, and he doesn't even go for the big flank, because that might take a little too long. If he starts running, he might get heard. So he just actually runs back through mid to rotate a little faster. And that means as long as Sasanito slows them down slightly, they don't expect the rotate to be in so soon. And they also just had no idea that there was another player on the site, because again, Sasanito was playing sort of around the smokes. It looked like he was playing retake. He's normally that A site anchor. So they just completely overlook Kixan on that bomb site, and he denies the bomb, and that's all they need. So really nice work from Apeks, but you're right, GamerLegion will want that one back. The 5-on-3 goes against them, and now Acor gets them another man advantage.
Great early frag, and they're looking to find some momentum in this, but Kixan is in position. Sasanito is here as well already. So this is very well defended. They sent the Pistoleros in to try and make a play there. Oh, I thought that was another one for Acor. Denied on this occasion. Isaac will get the AWP at the very least. But then there were 2. Momentum slipping away from GamerLegion in round 8 of this game of Mirage. First game of this series. Back and forth affair thus far, but I think Apeks will be growing with confidence now.
Yeah, they're losing openings, but still coming back into rounds. Kixan definitely spotted there. Oh, Isaac was trying the wall bang. Kixan will be fine for now. Kixan still happy to take initiative here. We'll have heard that AWP shot. Is this angle available? Oh, it's not going to land. Kixan played a dangerous game, but he's still fine.
Not really much for them to do at this point. A rough start for Vault, 1 for 7. Definitely safe territory for the squad. You can see those 3 X's where they fell. Oh, still having a look. Creating some more space for the save, most likely. With what little time there is left. Apeks moving to a 5th round then. Definitely feel like they let too many rounds slip on their CT side thus far, but perhaps this is their chance to build.
Yeah, it looks like they are starting to get into the game now. And I really do feel as though the individuals from Apeks have been showing up a little more strong than on the GamerLegion side. We've seen rounds from Jacob, rounds from Nork, where they've really made the difference. Sanito slowly getting involved. In that one, it was Kicksan with a triple kill. This AWP is out for Acor. Takes a bit of flame damage, and they don't realize he can be behind the molly. Nork not expecting that angle, so another pick from Acor.
That is brutal. Such a problem. So much time on the clock for a 5-on-4 for GamerLegion. Certainly helps bridge the gap between what they're carrying as well and the chances they might have in this round. Still 3 pistols for the squad. Won't be retrieving that weapon anytime soon. Apeks have gone aggressive in the meantime, but again, Stiko is on an island on this A bomb site for the time being. Maybe he can buy himself time by splitting the attack with that smoke in Palace. We'll see if they wait for it. A flash towards ramp. No one fires any gun though. So if that was a fish for information, the trigger discipline was good from GamerLegion. You can see Stiko's moving to a more defensive position now, closer to his teammates as the push begins from GamerLegion. The pistols will move forward first to get the information, maybe at their own cost. That's their job in this round. Volt spotted in the corner now. How can Kios get activated here? He's got to swing and pull these crosshairs away if he can. No one in the shadow position. You can see him jumping towards default. He is purely target practice for the squad. A quick fire from Acor and he'll get dropped. Disastrous push then from GamerLegion. Had some potential. Now things are starting to fall apart. 2-on-2 though. Hold on a second. These Glocks have been dangerous before. Isaac loses his rifle. Kios in a 1v2. 15 seconds on the clock for him. 28 HP. He needs to die at some point. He can still make this expensive. Sassanito. Did he see the elbow there? It's a big swing. Man, these rounds are... There's always a chance for something to happen, just when you think it's over.
Yeah, it's been really awkward for GamerLegion. It feels like they're constantly getting these picks, but then when they actually take the site, it's oftentimes going wrong for them. And then somehow they still bring rounds close, but they're not getting these rounds over the line. And their economy has been a real issue on the GamerLegion side. They have struggled to get these proper full buys going. Couple of rounds now with awkward buys, and in this one, they've just decided to save as much money as possible. Pistols in play, and they'll attempt to swarm onto this B site.
Enjoy this angle while it lasts. That's not something you see every day. GamerLegion showing they are ready here as well. Acor getting headshot through the wall. There's util for GamerLegion here. They've got to be careful. They might not get a chance to use it the way things are going. Apeks, a very studied team. They are all about the edges, this squad. Some great wall bangs from different places from them. Nice play from Kicksan. The reload will give his position away though, surely. A re-smoke as well. Apeks very expectant. And in situations like this, which I find are quite mentally stimulating for this particular matchup, see if Neelan can get anything else done here. Doesn't seem so. But I can think like the cerebral matchup is quite good between these squads. Again, Apeks are a team who are definitely trying to be as efficient as possible, find every edge as possible. I think that's a great example there where they anticipate that B push.
Yeah, I love the awareness there. You had Kicksan ready to throw a smoke as the actual B anchor if needed, but he realized they were a little too close, and so the comms were immediate for Jacob, who already had his incendiary out. So that's a really good awareness of the sort of round they were going to be up against. Now in this one, finally the gun round back out for GamerLegion. Got to get something going here. They've lost the last 4 in a row. Apeks are pushing through the apartments. That's not worked out though. Isaac ready on the hold. So a man advantage for GamerLegion, but they've had a few of these. They've struggled to close them. They've got to make sure they close this one, but look at Jacob trying to get cheeky on the edge of this smoke. There's the frag right back.
Heading towards the minute mark. Someone's got to go and collect that bomb for GamerLegion. It's It's pretty far away. Nork looking for that quick scope, trying to tag through triple. Big turn position will be denied, and Neelan's off to go and collect that bomb. They'll have no smokes. It's going to be very important to control jungle if they can, because the bomb's going to have to cross back to the bomb site unless something crazy happens. No, it's going to continue towards that A bomb site. Apeks have to read that the bomb is being collected with the bizarre delay. And look at the angles they've got now. Where does Neelan... Oh, this is so rough. Who goes first? Does Kios have to make the play first? You can see he's holding down multiple jobs, and the wrong play again. His frag leaves Neelan trying to make it happen on his own, and Nork's only got 16 HP. This could actually happen. What a back and forth we've got. Faking the plant, but Nork is probably going to see him first. He's actually clutched it 1v3. Wow. 4K in the rounds. It's never over until it's over in this game of Mirage. The back and forth is bonkers.
That's a steal of a round from Neelan. It looked good for GamerLegion initially, but they lose numbers, and this transfer, Kicksan doesn't arrive in time. I think Nork had the chance to fire off that AWP shot, but as soon as you miss it, you're a sitting duck. And Neelan able to pull the round back. What a wild round that was, and now we get back into another hotly contested one. No, Kicksan spotted, but not tagged by that AWP shot. No money in the bank, really, for either team. This is a big round here. And Nork almost had the chance to pull the trigger himself, but just spots the shoulder, forced to fall back.
Apeks have got to feel like they should never be losing a round like that. And there's potential for it to have a dramatic impact on the shape of the remainder of this half. Because if they are to lose this round, especially by elimination, I wouldn't be surprised to see 8 rounds for GamerLegion. So there's a lot riding on this one, but there's a lot of players for Apeks falling to the floor as well. And I think just mentally, it's going to be really hard to overcome losing that 1v3 and then just getting absolutely wrecked in this round where they've done next to no damage. So this is a disastrous turn of events for Apeks. In no uncertain terms.
Volt gets his second kill on the board to close the round. You're right, that could be a real turning point in this first half because it started so good for Apeks. They got into a good position. Now they are not in such great shape. And it's got to be said coming into this one that, you know, Stiko has also not had his best game on that A-site anchor position. A couple of rounds now where he's not been able to get much output. Only 3 kills on the board. There's another round where they tried to flash him in for initiative early, but he was stuck with the MP9. Made it much harder to win that fight towards A-ramp. And unfortunately for Apeks, they really can't invest anything here. You can see the loss bonus at the top of your screen, $2,400. They want a good buy. They've probably got to spend basically no money in this one. Who's got the USP strat then?
Let's see if their strat book goes that deep.
Hey, Stiko's got a deagle. And a flash.
Winner of this game plays the winner of Heroic versus Falcons, assuming Heroic make it through that. Then, like we've seen many of these rounds with strong advantages turn around and go the way of the other team, and I feel like this is going to have to be early nerves out of the way if they are to face a Heroic in the next game. Otherwise, that may be a Hulk smash of an affair. There goes the Desert Eagle. I fired one of those, a Desert Eagle, maybe Texas or Vegas or somewhere. We didn't make a Sounds of CSGO video with it though, because it had a counterweight on the front of it. Although really we should have, because it doesn't really matter so much. And I think the counterweight speaks to how crazy a firearm it is in real life. Oh, Kickstand found the bomb carrier. It's a juicy weapon if someone's able to pick it up as well, but I'm not sure if they can get far enough because it is completely in the middle of mid. Neelan's collected it now. But time is starting to run low, and I do wonder, I don't think Kickstand's going to get into a position in time, actually. Planting for short then. But again, there is a nervousness, even to rounds like this, when things like that happen. But I think they'll be fine on this occasion. Maybe a rifle to be collected in mid, maybe not.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of weird positions. Nilan nearly taking shots from both sides. Kickstand does what he can. Now they know where Nork is. And they will try and move in towards him. Oh, he's not ready. Jump down, take a bit of full damage. Nilan runs him down with the Glock. Nilan top fragging the server. The in-game leader for GamerLegion. Even in their run at Cologne, he didn't have great stats. So that is a great sign for GamerLegion if they can keep that up. Yeah, just look at the mini-map here. Like, the C teams are in all sorts of weird positions. They were flanking B apartments. Could have got uncomfortable, but GamerLegion hold on. Only one round difference between these two teams as we get back into the bye rounds.
Aiko looking for number 10. Always interesting to see the crosshair placement. But sometimes your sniper will hold one angle while the rifler swing out on the other ones.
Oh boy.
Oh, just like that. Wonderful process and protocol from GamerLegion, making their way into the A bomb site. Those are the kind of movements you wanted to see in that awkward one where they went for that execute in the 5-on-3. Isaac holding down the rotation as well. Nowhere to hide for Apeks, really. Combined $100 between these two players. Now a little more. But again, devastation as GamerLegion are still heading towards that number 8. As I mentioned before, about to tie the score now. But again, the money's just not going to be there for Apeks.
That's a devastating round loss. Just the way that happens for Apeks after you've had to take some lower buys. That sucks. It was just Jacob looking away from ramp for like 1 second, and the timing was so atrocious. They snuck out while that happened. He's doing what he can. GamerLegion just realizing they're a bit far from the bomb, but Thought can't get there in time either. And that means Kios will seal the deal, 7-7. And this is with Apeks getting off to that good start, winning the pistol, having a 3-0 lead on their map pick. You'd have thought that would turn into a good half for them, but it's looking like GamerLegion might have the edge. And there's that timing. Jacob just looked away, Kios sneaks past, and that's all you need. Round done.
Yeah, I think Apeks maybe had a chance even for 10 rounds out of this half. Maybe even more than that. But anyway, let's see what they can do with this last one. The scout for Stiko. Not his usual repertoire. Akor's been quite a nuisance in this half. The early frags he's got in different rounds have been great to watch. But it's very dangerous for the CTs to keep for information. Getting early kills in varying parts of the map. And that's almost all the util that Apeks have to use as a smoke on Stiko. I'll be amazed if he gets anything done with that decoy.
This is some good ground for GamerLegion on mid. Apeks have started conceding this mid control a little more as the half has gone on. Was looking for a fight through connector. He's still hanging around, so Kios needs to be careful. Has to hit both sides, and he will try, but Nork wins the first duel.
Oh, hasn't worked out. The ramp play was there for a while in an aggressive position. There's so much util here for GamerLegion as well to clear out these positions and compromise the angles. Stiko with the scout, though. Time may be his best friend now. 30 seconds on the clock. Will there be more hesitation? 3 players on the A bomb site. We've got Akor lurking in mid. And again, there's no smokes left. So how they get this bomb plant? The awkwardness is just seeping through the walls now. Will there be cover? Oh, the default plant. There's a tag on Sneelan, but he's been allowed to get that bomb plant with not enough cover there. That was a chance gone for Apeks, and maybe the round will be gone as well. Indeed, it will be. 8 then for at halftime for GamerLegion. Opportunities definitely missed for Apeks, but do you think they'll be happy with the amount of rounds they got?
I mean, it's okay, but it's just the potential that was there that is frustrating for them. They've got to pick it up here. It's their map pick, and we've been saying throughout, single elimination, you cannot afford a slow start. You cannot afford to lose your map in this sort of position in these best of threes. I think overall, GamerLegion did a really good job to get into that position in the first place, to be honest. I thought they were going to go out of the half struggling, but they come in with the lead.
Yeah, I think this could have been an 11-4 scoreline for Apeks if things went well, but they didn't on this occasion. Anyway, we're going to head to a break. When we're back, we'll see who takes the first map. Two pairs of Julies on their CT side. Double rate boss for Volt and Kios. Hopping up, having a quick look-see. Not sure if he was spotted, but it's definitely a big focus on this B bomb site from the T side. There's the bait from Isaac. Will he be checked for with these Julies? He will be. Sasanito, great jiggle from him. And those Julies are dealt with handily. 4 players on the bomb site, but Isaac is here as well. And suddenly there are 2. Stico and Nork in a 2 versus 4. Very fast-moving Ranau. Stico's got so much to do. Quick reload, and now we'll have enough bullets, even for 3 players, if he can find them in time. Making the plant. Trying to thin out these numbers as the first swing, and then the second. Neelan stealing that last frag. 2 in the round for him, and the pistol for GamerLegion.
They split the pistols. And even though Volt gets nothing done, his struggles continue on that B site. It ends up being a really successful round for GamerLegion. He took enough attention that his teammates were able to come in, get some good trades in their favor. And we're having some big performances here from the GamerLegion players. I thought Apeks would have the edge in firepower. I was not expecting Neelan to top frag the server with 18 kills. What a great game he's having. And Isaac definitely capable of the occasional carry performance. We saw that dating back to the major. He's also having a good game here. For Apeks in this round, not too much to talk about. Kixan, as the in-game leader, is forced into buying the flashes. He's trying to set up Glocks in this round. Need some god flashes in this one. I mean, the only way this maybe works is Isaac doesn't have much assistance immediately. If the timing is right, he could get run down. Oh, and he hasn't spotted them close the gap. It looks like Apeks were actually trying to fake that out, though. Now they're going to go for it.
Out the window, there you go. Isaac, you are in trouble, sir. Or is he? Volt comes through with some new batteries to help out. Oh, that's a glorious grenade as well. That's really going to use to what Kicksan can get done. Well, that's a great response from GamerLegion. Volt, right place, right time, helping his teammate out, who you could see was trying to conserve his bullets with that MP9. You can run out real fast when you've got that many people coming towards you. People think, okay, yeah, the fast fire rate will certainly help, but it'll help until your magazine's empty. But Volt was there to take two and make things a lot easier. I think it's been a bit shaky in that first half for Apeks. As we mentioned before, I think they let a lot of rounds slip out of their hands. See if they can stabilize now that the AKs are out on the T side.
Hack damage into mid, but nothing crazy. There's a gap though, and Acor, he's factoring it, making the most of it. Isaac misses his AWP shot though, so Stiko brings one back, and now Neelan feels a little uncomfortable into the ramp smoke. Meanwhile, Stiko spotted and spammed through the wall. It is chaos at the start of the round, but Neelan's position is crazy good. Is Stiko ready? No way. Neelan brings his team into the advantage position.
Yeah, that's a free kill for GamerLegion. Awkward for Acor now. Again, can he take the focus away? The bait works perfectly as Volt. Well, actually, Acor got dropped there as well. I'm supposed to be one to the good for GamerLegion. The numbers are still close. The bomb hasn't been spotted for a while. In the hands of Assassinito, it makes his way towards top mid, maybe trying to make inroads with the distraction being run. But were those footsteps heard by Neelan? It's quite possible that they were. He certainly hears them now, which means the help can come in from that short area. That's a big headshot, but surely there'll be some spray through the smoke. Nork is dropped, leaving Assassinito in a 1 versus 2. Down to the wire once again. Bomb planted. He was jumping through the smoke. He's just given a 1v1 for free. What's happening? What am I witnessing? Volt now has absolutely no idea where Assassinito is. The whole situation is completely reset, which is maybe why there was that urgency in the first place. He has a kit, but how can he possibly find the frag? I think the jump through the smoke was to stop Assassinito from disappearing anywhere, but where was the communication? They've got to do it together at least. Just what, a 1v1 and a 2v1 like that with no trade coming anytime soon is rough.
That's almost a flashback to some of those rounds in the first half where GamerLegion looked like they were getting stalled. They weren't on the same page on their T side, approaching bomb sites. And fair play to Assassinito. The earlier shot onto Neelan was crazy because Neelan could have been anywhere. Remember, Neelan had pushed into ramp earlier in the round, and Assassinito keeps it going. Kill through the smoke. Now this B site looks like it could be under threat here. Utility at the ready, and look, Isaac's just leaving the B site. This could be brutal.
Round over. There is nothing else to be done.
Ouch.
Bomb has been planted.
Absolutely don't want to lose any more rifles here. Assassinito probably hears them on the ramp here. And there goes Acor. Just find somewhere to hide.
This game is just so unpredictable.
Yeah, I was about to say it's extremely unpredictable. This could go, you could flip a coin. I don't know. If this game played out 5 times, maybe there's a different winner from game to game, the way things have been going. Even mid to late round, it's very unpredictable as to who's going to take it. We're seeing clutches and all kinds of madness. Oh, they're taking heavy losses now, GamerLegion. Left the B bomb site with 4 alive. The end of the round, only 2 are standing, and the money's broken as well.
Like Apeks, back to success with some of their individuals. See what GamerLegion can do with the limited weaponry they will have in this round. How this game is going, you cannot count out any round right now. Into mid it early. Flash for Neelan. That's effective. Keels with the flash assist. A man advantage found for GamerLegion. Jacob is hard scoped on this angle with the AUG. He's praying that someone peeks him. But look at GamerLegion on the minimap. They are all stacked around mid. And these fights will be coming to them shortly. Keels with another kill. And suddenly, GamerLegion look like they might run away with this round.
Nothing is to be taken for granted in the first map of this series. Still winnable for Apeks. Oh man, the awkwardness. You've got to be brave to just commit to the Molotov in that position, but Sassanito has got the right tools for the job cerebrally. Stico creeping alone as the bomb, though, is quite scary. That's a massive duel. Plant for short then. Things start to turn around. Only Neelan has Kevlar at this point. That could have been a more devastating grenade. And now Neelan's in a clutch 1v2 again on the bomb site, unbeknownst to Stico. On this occasion, it works out for Apeks and the score will be tied 10-10. These rounds are, I'm almost speechless. Like, it's just madness from game to game. But this is what Mirage is good for. Action.
Yeah, you can also just see the intensity, I feel like, for both teams. Like, they're aware that you lose a series and you're out. And you can kind of feel that in the way the game's playing out right now. Feels desperate at some points. Both these teams just clawing for rounds back and forth. Jump out. Sassanito gets away with it. He is on fire right now. He is on a tear. Jacob will get taken down in reply. We'll see if Apeks decide to make any moves off the back of that. They are going to go aggressive up mid in response.
Sassanito has been very important in the success that Apeks have had in this game. And it shows in his kills. Ooh, Bolt, the timing. That's got to be so frustrating. Looking for Acor now. Great position, hiding from short, but Acor will drop him. Didn't have the HP to go for that third duel. Remainder of Apeks towards B now. Trying to exchange grenades quietly. Still hitting the floor though. Talk about timing. Oh, good angle from Acor, but a better headshot from Stico. Position taken on the bomb site then as Isaac moves through. Looking for a second and finding it. And now Nork hops onto the bomb site. Will be heard. 39 seconds. Putting out the AK. He's got 2 to find, but all he'll find is lead from Isaac. GamerLegion moved to 11. These rounds, man, the margins are so narrow. The timings are so brutal, but it's great to watch.
Yeah, Sassanito's really come into his own in this half. He's got 10 kills in the first 6 rounds. Really rocketing up the scoreboard. Getting his team into a good position, but it's not enough. GamerLegion find a way back in. Isaac, the pillar on that B site, just arriving in time to prop things up. Make sure that they don't lose that B site too quickly. Now we're back into another gun round. Both teams buying whatever the hell they can. Pretty good buys still for both sides. And a rare start to a round where we don't get an immediate kill.
How does Kicksan get this max 10 working? Boosted into window. I run into jungle maybe. Over towards the B-bomb site at the moment. Could be out those windows. There's a good flashes as well. If anyone's standing on the van, it would blind them. Jacob having a go. Neelan saying no. 22 kills for Neelan. That puts him on top. Save for Isaac with 23. He's been getting the sneaky ones. Under the radar frags for Isaac. See Neelan in these clutches. 45 seconds on the clock. Apeks have got a fair amount of util. Smoke onto Sassanito will be very, very key. Frags even more key. Clock is running down though, and Keels' position may become more important depending on where that bomb is planted, but there is a flash towards that ramp. Perhaps they know he's here, perhaps they don't. He's gonna go for the peek. Can't find the angle. There's been a lot of scary bomb plants in both halves. Another successful one though. And the
This is on GamerLegion. Sassanito looking to do more now. Swinging on two. That's good information for the remainder of the squad, though. Nork is lurking in that short position. There may be an open bomb plant for him. The utility is come and gone now for GamerLegion. Now Nork has been activated. Kicks in with that Mac 10 coming to life now. It's becoming a nuisance. Isaac moving through. And then it was Nork. Can he AWP post up on him? Do they know where he is? Acor repositioning now. He's on that bomb. Oh, and there's a big puncture from Acor. Is there time? There is. Down to the wire. GamerLegion moved to 12.
Oh, another scrap of a round. CT's just able to get onto that bomb in time. I think there was a molly towards the bomb as well. That initial move didn't pay off, but Sassanito was so deep into that A bomb site. Once he gets that kill, you feel like Apeks are going to have a really good chance at the round. Sassanito doing what he can to put his team into winnable positions. But GamerLegion have the slight edge again. And this is starting to get sketchy for Apeks now. Even with the bomb plant, they are 12-10 down on their map pick. And it's CT's side for GamerLegion. Definitely doable here for them. GamerLegion currently on a 3-loss streak on Mirage, but the most recent loss was an overtime loss to Cloud9. So they've shown they can be competitive on this map. And I actually like getting Sassanito the AK in this round. He's been getting a lot of openers. See if he can find a way in this round.
These flashes need to be on point. 4 flashes for the Apeks squad. Looks like retake territory for GamerLegion. 1 incendiary in the hands of Volt to be used later on. He's currently on short. And indeed, they've just got to fall back and go for the retake afterwards. They're going to be a push towards the CT position, though. Isaac's got to make sure he keeps his gun out. Neelan will stop Stico. Running out of bullets, though, but the angles are here. They've got the numbers in the right places. Sassanito's got something to say, but only 5 HP for him now and 3 more to find. Asking too much on this occasion. Again, GamerLegion disengaging from A, keeping the numbers up for the retake. They'll be fine with the bomb plant as they move to 13.
Yeah, I don't mind the idea there from Apeks. I think they were just causing enough chaos and enough fights in CT to make sure that bomb plant would go down a little easier. Maybe if there was only 1 CT positioned in towards that area, you could get a kill. But there were just a few of them ready on the hold. Still Sassanito looking dangerous, even under those difficult circumstances. It hasn't led to enough round wins, though, considering the form he's been in. Nork goes for that AWP. He has to sacrifice a helmet to go with that. Meanwhile, Sassanito out mid early, but Acor there to meet him. Finally, they put an end to him. And this mid-fight, so good for GamerLegion. Kios gets 2. That is a 5-on-2 right at the start of the round. GamerLegion are taking over here.
Humongous advantage, especially this late in the game as well. Money is quite lacking for Apeks. Even is there to do 2 versus 5. Make it 1. No mercy being shown by GamerLegion. Feels like they might be in full control now. I think the finish line is certainly in sight as far as Mirage is concerned. Been a very rough first game. Lots of marginal scenarios going in the way of both teams, but GamerLegion are feeling more solid, it seems. This is the pick of Apeks, of course, and it's certainly slipping away. They've had a really good grip on it, but it's only getting worse now as GamerLegion are 2 away from Mirage.
Looking very good for GamerLegion right now. We heard their coach Ash saying earlier, sometimes they have slow starts to tournaments. A lot of the times in the past, that is not an option. Here at Gamers8, 1 loss in a series and you are gone. It is cutthroat, this format. And for Apeks right now, they've got to find a way back into their map pick. The buy is far from perfect, but they'll try and see if they can find a way into this B site.
Streaming in there, and again, GamerLegion will try to play it safe. Acor making it hurt for Apeks. Love these grenades. Nice one over towards the bench as well. But again, GamerLegion posturing for a round win. Doesn't matter if the bomb gets planted. Just focus on winning the round, putting yourself in the strongest position to do so. Gamble being taken with Kixan looking for a flank with this Tech 9. Always going to find a number of players as well. Delaying Volt as the push comes in elsewhere, but they're going to ignore him and clean out the bomb sites itself. Only 2 remain though. Apeks might just get away with this one. Oh, they certainly will now. That is a turn of events. Doing it the hard way, but as long as you do it. Volt spotted and swatted by Assassinito, and Apeks are not done with this game of Mirage just yet.
Yeah, we've seen Apeks try and get into positions where they catch opponents off guard previously. That was the round where they boosted into window while trying to fake the B site, but they were never catching GamerLegion off guard. But this time, Kixan arrives at a beautiful moment. That kill in behind is exactly as GamerLegion are trying to move back into the bomb site, and that means those short players instantly turn around, and suddenly Apeks have this two-sided hit where it's awkward for GamerLegion to figure out exactly what's going on. Sure, the communication got super hectic, and so those players moving to the site don't have the backup that they thought they were going to get. That allows Apeks a steal of a round, and that means that Apeks are still in this one. A long way to go, but that's a good start. Again, Assassinito just continues his fine form, up to 26 kills, but Isaac's slowly been putting up the same sort of numbers for GamerLegion. Great to see some of the individuals shining on both teams. Let's see who can take this one over the line, though. 14-11 for GamerLegion. Acor looking for this pick at mid.
Wow, how did he avoid that flashbang? I feel like it was coming to every angle he was turning to, but he's still standing. Hyper-aggressive Acor. Will he be rewarded, though? Might be walking into a double peek if he goes further. Volt checking the underpass for him. A stalemate of sorts. Apeks definitely waiting for a peek here. Maybe a lack of presence from GamerLegion elsewhere, giving them a clue as to what might be happening here. This is burning their clock, though. That said, they have a lot of utility. But the try peek comes in, and then Jacob. You see, it felt like they had an idea, but they found out in the worst way as Acor falls off. Lovely grenade onto Kixan as well. What is your response, Apeks? Trying to keep GamerLegion off of game point, and it's going from bad to worse. Kixan drops by Isaac, who picks up the reins from Acor and continues to move forward now. Little Jiggle doesn't fancy it, but it looks like he's going back to the well. Perhaps not. They can sit on this advantage now. 5 on 3, 45 seconds remaining. Ooh, my word, that's meaty grenade.
Assassinito will try and do what he can. The timing might be right. He hits the headshot. He's got to be ready for one more player towards the site itself. Did he spot Kios? I'm not sure. He's still looking on different angles and now jumps to his doom. Stiko's still doing what he can, but the bomb is in the apartments alone. It has dropped down safely. But how does Nork get this kill? The time is against them. 10 seconds. He's alone on this site. And surely Nork is screwed here. Nothing he can do. No way to get that bomb down. It is map point GamerLegion.
Props to Kios for not peeking there in that smoke. This standoff was so great in mid. It's like Apeks had the right idea, but eventually it's down to them to make a play. It's their clock which is running down, their time which is running out on the map overall now. GamerLegion with 4 chances to take this, but the AKs are out once again for Apeks, and we've seen them do more with less.
Oof, they bait Kios into those shots, and they actually spam him back through the smoke. He couldn't get the clean kill. So Apeks off to a good start here, thanks to that frag from Nork. Isaac going for aggression of his own, but Jacob puts a swift stop to his aggressive play. And now Apeks with the 5 on 3 will surely be looking to group up and just trade their way to a win in this round.
Yeah, this is actually quite worrisome for GamerLegion because there's not much money on the squad. So this comeback, you know, it's like around 29. It wouldn't be too difficult if things continue in this fashion. Nealon caught sleeping there with a much better angle. Apeks still creeping and clearing everybody out, bleaching the floors across the map. Not opting to collect the AWP. And again, they've broken the money for GamerLegion, just 3 rounds away. How many buy rounds are even remaining? Maybe 1 buy round and a force buy for GamerLegion. So suddenly, things have become a lot closer than they look.
Yeah, and that AWP of Acor has been pretty important for them in some of these CT round wins. In fact, in terms of opening duels, Acor has been amazing. He's won 8 opening fights and not been the first to die a single time. That is a crazy impressive stat line to have. But that's kind of because he's been having that AWP in a lot of these rounds. And GamerLegion might struggle to get that out again with how their economy is right now. Actually investing a bit into this round. They're really going to struggle to get gun rounds out here. I think they might only get 1 proper gun round in round 30 based on how this is going. But who the hell knows? Maybe they can make it work with what they've got here. A couple of MP9s and pistols. They do invest into this round. Not fully. They've given themselves a chance. This might go to round 30, though, if Apeks can hold on here. I do like this from GamerLegion. Stacking on this A site. They have the luxury of taking a risk in this round because their money will be bad in the next one anyway. So worst case, you wouldn't hate saving these guns. And this gamble stack all the way will pay off. Sasanito making sure he's at headshot height. That's an important first fight to win.
He knows they cleared Palace earlier on. Doesn't know if they're still there or not. So do Apeks think that... Oh, what is their read of what they reckon GamerLegion might be up to here? Showing some presence towards that B bomb site. That bomb seems to be creeping towards A while Jacob's walking into B at the same time as Nork is walking into A. And it's time to rotate that bomb. Jacob gets a kill on that B bomb site. Isaac starting to wonder. The urgency is rising, but it's still one towards D bomb. Neelan now with that MP9 catches the bomb carrier. This is awkward again. 24 seconds. Bomb carrier's down. Neelan always a problem. But too many men have fallen, and Apeks will press on.
Honestly impressive that Neelan got away with switching to the AK there. I thought he might be screwed as soon as he tried to make the swap. But got away with a second kill. Just didn't have enough backup there on the site, sadly. If his teammate wasn't spotted so easily, it could have been different. And look at this from GamerLegion. So Neelan spends all his money on the AWP for this round. There is no way Apeks expect an AWP here. This could be interesting.
Calculated risk. Oh, Acor, down he goes. I love the movement, that the flashes were there. The detail was enough.
How do you get that AWP back? It's going to be so hard, but everyone else has a USP. I mean, yeah, that's your best shot, but...
Neelan would like a refund. He has been denied.
Are we playing Lemmings here? Are we going to do it?
Refund policy.
Oh,
This is the whole game now. Oh, Apeks no. Apeks no. Oh, boy.
Well, that makes this round a little awkward. Neelan won't have money, but the rest of the team will have the full buy. That was a bold call from GamerLegion. They could have just saved for the full buy in round 30, but they wanted that AWP. The opening move doesn't pay off for them. Now we'll see how that impacts their buy here. It should be Neelan on a weaker weapon. Indeed, a CZ for round 30.
Very fast through mid is Sasanito. Instrumental in many of the rounds that Apeks have been able to win. Jacob with a big entry. Acor still lurking as the bomb's on the floor. War of attrition around the A bomb sites, and just through the walls not going to be enough. That allows control of that bomb then. Only 2 GamerLegion players remain. We've seen many rounds turn on their head though. They've got position to split the bomb site, but no info towards CT. Minute 15 on the clock. If they cut noise and wait, then maybe there'll only be 1 CT to deal with, but they are moving together here. Isaac and Volt. Assassinito loses a duel, but only Isaac is spotted. What do they make of that? Trying to finish him off now, but Volt's here to trade. Jacob's got 15 HP. Creeping forward, brave enough to finish off the job, and we will head to overtime after all. They broke the money just when they needed to. That CT money, and that opened the door for the comeback.
Big sigh of relief there from Apeks. Had to win 4 in a row to take us to overtime on their T side. But as you said, breaking the bank was a massive difference maker. And we go straight into overtime with GamerLegion opting for a double AWP setup. Pointed out earlier how Acor had been so successful in some of those opening fights. Now they've got 2 AWPs that can try their luck early. Utility on mid, but Acor will be posted up, and he misses the mark.
Oh, that's brutal. Showing presence of the AWP elsewhere. The second AWP will be lost as well. That's $16,000 down the drain. It's a brutal misbreak. He's been so dependable for the lion's share of this game, especially with your presence being shown elsewhere. Almost baits a dry peak. Opportunity was given, but the peak was very good from Apeks. They still want to take a measured approach, as we can see. No need to increase the risk of variance with over a minute on the clock, so they'll take their time. They slowly edge their way towards the conclusion of this first round of overtime. Start to wonder about that clock, though. "30 seconds. He's buying time for the rotation now. Neelan's here already. Was he spotted by Nork? Getting tagged by Seiko. Waits the flashbang. 20 seconds to get this bomb planted.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
His crosshair was bang on Sassanito's head, but he's still a hard man to frag. 32 frags for Sassanito as Apeks take the lead.
For JL. People were wondering if they'd struggle to find a worthy replacement, but Sassanito has worked with Kixan before on a previous team, and he's slowly but surely coming into his own now on this team. Clearly has the raw potential. You're seeing his aim so sharp on some of these shots. And Apeks, 5 in a row now to be back in the lead. Can they keep it up here on this T side? They got a couple of clean entries, which really helped them guarantee that previous round win. Let's see if they can find those picks in this round as well. This time Acor with the AWP, again with an opportunity, but again he fires wide.
Is he running out of steam in overtime of the first map, I wonder? Can't have too many of those. Set everything up. Was so good on the T side, getting those early 5-on-4s, but the CT had the right angles, but had the wrong timing. Still, 10 plays alive with 1 minute on the clock. Feels this reload could be a bait with Volt's position. Trying to run distraction, and then they will work together to take the lion's share of these frags. Kickstand spotted with the bomb. Volt trying to go back, denied. Neelan now will be key, as they're almost in a sandwich. So awkward for Apeks towards the end. CT's repositioning everywhere. Neelan on T ramp, Acor in CT. Isaac over towards B. 30 seconds, and this is a hell of a gamble. If Kickstand goes through this crawl space, he'll try. And that will surely be the end of this one.
Should be a GamerLegion round with Nork. Not able to win that fight against Isaac. So GamerLegion finally bring a CT round on board, something they desperately needed after struggling in recent rounds. This time, not losing that early fight towards mid. In fact, it looked like Volt was maybe even slightly overlooked in connector there. They just started looking towards top con as he was able to swing into them. Good timing from GamerLegion there to work together to deny that connector play. Again, we got Apeks early mid smokes immediately. He also has got that second AWP out. Oh, and he's got one through the smoke.
That'll certainly help. Frustrating for Apeks. The smoke is in a brick wall. Lovely angle by Keels, looking for a third. Stico will keep his team in the fight. Bomb hasn't been seen yet. That's in the hands of Nork. Not many hands left for Apeks at this rate in this round. 2-on-4 for them. Separated for the time being, but maybe joining each other in mid. Nork scopes in early. Not to concede his position later on. Looks to clear some angles. No one holding through connector though. We've got Elon in Palace. And Acor playing from the site itself as far as the A-bomb site's concerned. Isaac going for the information as well. 48 seconds. They won't realize how badly this net is closing on them. Acor holding down 2 jobs though, looking towards ramp and connector. And Isaac's almost at top mid. In the meantime, Apeks have separated. Oh, what is happening with these shots from Acor? Might not matter so much as the bomb will be lost in the meantime. Stico now 1 versus 3. Cannot win this one. And at halftime, GamerLegion will lead by 1.
Having to come back into it, but good signs for GamerLegion. After having 4 map points in regulation, you always worry that a team might struggle into overtime. You feel like they've maybe lost their chance, but not the case here for GamerLegion. Hanging on well. And getting closer to another opportunity to close out Apex's map pick. That was all about Kios, just getting those couple of opening kills with the AWP. Really feels like there was an adjustment there for GamerLegion to be able to start strong in some of those rounds, get those early multi-kills they were looking for. Nork bought a Bison for a second there. He'll chuck that away. They got a lot of money in overtime, so shouldn't be a problem as we get ready to get into this one. Would like to see a little more from Nork. Normally on Mirage, you look to your AWPer. Akel's been doing a solid job. Now it's Nork's turn on CT side to show us what he's made of.
Yeah, I expect Acor to start nailing his shots again on the T side. I think could be more dependable with those early angles he posted up in, as we saw earlier in that first half of regulation. Still not much between these squads. Presence being shown in mid by GamerLegion, offering the odd flashbang. Keeping the focus there for Apeks. They'll have a fast rotation as far as mid is concerned, though, with Sassanito and Jacob playing in connector. Stico playing from default once again. Holding an impressive angle as possible. Oh, he's just looking over towards ramp, though, and timing will betray once again. Oh, my connection's going a bit weird, but there's a lot of frags on this A-bomb site, leaving Acor and Neelan in a 2 versus 3. That bomb is firmly on the floor by the ramp. Now the numbers are tied. Neelan showing presence in mid. Will fall off. Kicksin's going to post up on B apartment to take an aggressive angle there. So I wonder if the bomb has been spotted then. Oh, this could be everything. He's running down. Neelan's got his knife out. Acor's got to collect this bomb. 32 seconds. Nork is creeping on this A-bomb site as well. Where is that bomb? Oh, it's just on the edge there. Wonder if Nork has seen it. Let's go for that bomb plant. Oh, hello and goodbye. Score is tied again, 17 apiece.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward round there. It's the contact play out through Palace. You saw 3 T players in Palace coming out. They got that opening kill, but you see the players in jungle stairs are fast to respond. And when you have 3 of your players in Palace like that on the T side, you're relying on contact. You're not going to be able to use your nades to cut off those positions. That made it more difficult for GamerLegion to close the distance onto the site and get slowed down in some of those duels. So we go back to an even scoreline. Just 2 rounds left in this first overtime. One of these teams would have to win both of them to secure the map victory here. Still no second AWP for Apeks. They're happy with just Nork on the AWP for now. Flash in. GamerLegion happy to stay spread across the map. Seeing a lot of these late round positions where it's hard for these teams to read exactly where their opponents could be. This looks like a more structured start to a round, with GamerLegion grouped outside A. A couple of players ready to hit from mid in through connector if needed. They will look to make that work.
Dior's looking for the second and finding it. Top connects up. Big advantages for GamerLegion. Looking to take the lead early, and surely they will in the second half of overtime. Kicksan 1 versus 5. Big frags from mid for GamerLegion. Abusing a numbers game thereafter and winning all the duels with these AK-47s.
Yeah, that's a much more standard round that we're used to seeing. No chaos in this one. Just GamerLegion able to get that split going. And the fact that Kios wins those 2 fights is crazy. That's going to make all the difference. Apeks needed to trade him there at a minimum. Instead, those 2 connector kills go down. And the remaining A players, even with a 4-man A stack, just get crunched on. That is brutal for Apeks. You had 4 on A, in position. You're not able to get a single kill on the hold.
Yeah, those 2
will find him at the end.
Those 2 frags around connector are very key. They draw so much attention as well, so much urgency. It just gives bigger windows elsewhere. Great movement from Kios. Repositions as well to try and secure a second 1v1 duel. Worst case scenario. Good spatial awareness from him. And GamerLegion have find themselves a game point.
Yeah, they had a few in regulation, couldn't close it. Let's see if they can here in overtime. There is that second AWP out now for Apeks in the hands of Sassanito, who has been key in a lot of their round wins. It's Nork's AWP early, who finds the angle. You so rarely see that get the outright kill, but he lines it up beautifully. And Nork now getting involved in this key round in overtime.
Of course, still not finding the success we saw from him in regulation. That's just one of 2 snipers now. What is the play for GamerLegion? Full util on 3 of the remaining 4. That AUG could be quite the nuisance in the hands of Stico. The Nork's posted up on the apartments, and he's got Kicksan in a short position as well. Kicksan's got no grenades. Molly under the window can often be quite helpful to stop these B pushes. They will telegraph their intentions with these grenades. Nork doesn't land the target. Kicksan certainly will though. And Nork's position. They've got to deliver on these frags, on his promise. 5-on-3 retake in for Apeks. Surely they can hold on to this one. Can't imagine we're done with this just yet. There's Stico coming in from the top now, showing presence. Got a teammate behind him who can bait off of him as well. They are utterly surrounded, GamerLegion. 2 versus 5. There's surely no way they get this done. They're lining up now. They know Jacob is there. The bait hasn't worked. And Sassanito's dropped as well. 2v3 all of a sudden. And now Kios is in the clutch. A flash at the door. No one on the bomb just yet. He has a HG grenade. If he used it, oh, he has no idea that the player is in the red. And we're not done just yet. 18 apiece, and we will continue.
Another overtime needed between these 2 teams. And Apeks got off to a good start in this round. Just that kill from Nork, that angle, so hard to pull off. And the fact they've got this flanking through the apartment so quickly. Again, GamerLegion, I feel struggling at times when they leave it to the late round. Apeks are always making info plays, always making stuff happen. We go again. Apeks back to that double AWP setup. GamerLegion immediately establishing mid control. I've got this deep molly, so that's going to allow Apeks a foothold in the apartments. It's actually Nork's AWP scoped in on a deeper angle this time.
Surely there's a kill for free here. Nico's pretty deep on a ramp as well.
See that card.
Oh, there it is, and he's out of there. No response to be had from that. Nico pushing a ramp as they're committed to this B bomb site anyway at this point. 3v5, seeing the back of Nork. Kicksan's here as well. Acor creeping on a short position. And this one will escalate quickly in GamerLegion's favor. Make it a 3-on-3 as they get that bomb planted. A little util left here for Isaac. The back and forths continue. Sassanito getting dropped now, and all of a sudden the advantages have disintegrated for Apeks. 3-on-5 turned into a 3v1. Don't know what else Deco can really get done here. They'll have to back away.
Oh, even that gets denied by Isaac. Up to 35 kills, leading the server now. And that was a 3v5 that GamerLegion had to overturn there. Not an easy position to be in, but they just sneak out so far into the site. It seemed like these CTs here not fully ready for those players to push in so deep. Isaac again, heads up plays in this round, gets himself a double, gets GamerLegion on board early. And they keep it up. Double smoke on mid. Again, Apeks look like they want to challenge that. The players hanging around. In the meantime, though, GamerLegion not following up their smokes on mid. They're grouped over to A right now.
Nealon, the grenade man, it seems. Catching Stiko often in these positions. This time they go in relatively dry. Top connector smoke from Nealon. HG on the way. 4 players remain for Apeks to make it a 4-on-4 before that bomb gets planted. Jacob showing presence, top connector, not for long though. Isaac is here to drop him. Volt playing close, playing a dangerous game. That bomb is still not planted. Nealon's been dropped. Bombs on the floor now. We find ourselves in a 3-on-3. 2 CTs around this smoke by triple. Sassanito got 1 kill and he's lurking by that ramp position. That's not going to be solved, it looks like, by GamerLegion as he comes back to drop Isaac. And now Volt finds himself dropped by Sassanito, who clutches again. 4 kills from the ramp. And again, that hesitation, the lack of bomb plant from GamerLegion, and Sassanito with more impact frags on Mirage.
Yeah, that bomb gets delayed. And that's even after Volt got this clean entry. You thought they were going to have the bomb site, but Jacob hangs around. They stick around. They make it uncomfortable. And Sassanito strikes on the flank. He has been unreal on this map. 13 multi-kills for Sassanito. A quad kill there in that round to give Apeks another round here in overtime. Moving up mid immediately, but Kios again standing behind this molly. They weren't ready for the angle. Acor misses his opportunity, but it's panic stations for Apeks here. What is going on?
Oh my God, that's one way to get back on the scoreboard. Wow. What a game of Mirage. This is wild. Remaining CTs all spread out. Spread across the floor now. Leaving Nork in a 1 versus 4. He's got $1,000 in the bank. Oh dear. Last round anyway.
Knife out for a second. Won't come through though. I think even the players can realize that that round got real wild. And if you win the round, smile on your face. If you lose it, a little frustrated, a little confused how that went down. GamerLegion into the lead again. And again, this is Apeks' map pick. And it feels like GamerLegion are the ones who are striding forwards and getting up to map point more often here. Still haven't seen a single map point for Apeks. GamerLegion have had a couple of chances slip away. And they strike on their CT side now in this second overtime. This looks like a set play from Apeks, straight out of spawn, drawn up right at the start of the round here.
Keep it nice and simple. Retake territory for GamerLegion. You can see their positions on the radar. Hold on to your util if you can. If you've got their mollies already, which might be a problem. The HEs could be useful though. Stikos drops the bomb still at the ramp in the hands of Nork as Nealon starts to make his way forward. Maybe sensing hesitation, going for it, but that's given Apeks a way in. As far as the frags are concerned, Jacob on the bench will be key. Ah, that's a nasty frag, man. Great elevation from Volt, looking for a second one. Castanito's a hard man to frag. Down they go, and the score is tied once again. A direct play into the A bomb site and a successful one for Apeks.
Yeah, got enough ground, and I like that Jacob's fighting fairly aggressively around those smokes. Just makes the bomb plant more comfortable. And you see, no real hesitation from Apeks there. They very quickly moved onto the site. They knew there was a timer on the play with those smokes up. And we might see Apeks just stick with 5 AKs here, because that set play, that fast movement between the players worked really well. Might look for that again in this one. Sassanito caught out early, though. That was Kios behind the smoke, spamming down early. And we're getting a kill on Sassanito as well, who's on 40 kills. That is the exact start that GamerLegion were looking for.
Apeks looking to be sudden on this B bomb site. Kills his position. Maybe a hard one to deal with, though. Hopping into the bomb site. He might be good for a second one. Command distraction if his teammate can pick up the slack as well. Ball looking Seco make his way to the ground. Takes the jewel, carrying the bomb. They've got to find kills, though, with 4 players alive. Make it 3 now as Kixan will have to clutch this one alone. He's being surrounded, but he has time on the clock. There isn't bomb plant pressure just yet. He can try and find some frags, but he pulls out a grenade, which makes things even more awkward for him. Focused on one. Aiko comes in from the back, and the CTs are in the lead.
Map point GamerLegion again. They had 4 map points in regulation. They couldn't close. They got 1 map point in the first overtime. They could not close it. Now it is the 6th opportunity for GamerLegion to close this map. And they've still got a timeout to try and make sure this is the final round of Mirage, that they can steal away Apeks' map pick in what has been a marathon first map in this series. Got those 2 AWPs out for GamerLegion as well. See if that comes into play. As for Apeks, still happy to go with full AKs on their T side. So that suggests to me Apeks are trying to up the pace on their site plays here. Really trying to make sure they can work together at close and medium range. Let's see if that's how it plays out, as GamerLegion have another map point to try and close this one.
A lot of flashbangs in spawn.
Window smoke was disrupted. Kios has an angle there. Decides to back away from it, though. 4A early. What a bold decision here from GamerLegion. Yeah, Volt's put that smoke up. He wants nothing to do with anyone on this B site until he gets some backup.
Isaac's posted up on Palace with an AWP. No one challenging there for now. Feels like this round's just getting started, though. That could be a big frag. Sassanito drops early, but can he survive, Kios? They're a flashbang. They're going to swing. They're going to punish. Shake him and kicks in stereo frag for GamerLegion. And this might just be it for them. Seco, 1 versus 5, made 4, and that's not going to last very long. GamerLegion will finally break the deadlock and take Mirage. I feel like looking at it in normal time, it feels like they were, for me, the more solid team. I think both teams were, I mean, there was so much back and forth between rounds. It's hard to keep count on who had the advantages the most. But for me, I felt like they were the slightly better team on Mirage.
Yeah, they definitely were solid in a few rounds there. And listen, stealing away Apeks' map pick. I do think that GamerLegion were the slightly better team here, because you could see in a lot of the rounds that Apeks were winning. Sassanito had to do so much. He had 14 multi-kill rounds. He had a couple of clutches. Your heart goes out to Sassanito in this one, because he did everything he could for Apeks. But GamerLegion, it felt like they were winning the rounds more consistently throughout. And we saw that shine through in the end. And now Apeks have a lot of work to do if they want to stay alive here at Gamers8.
Yeah, they're going to have to do it the hard way again. Single elimination. It is going to be a war of attrition. We're going to lose a lot of teams very, very quickly. And again, that was, I think that was a very difficult game of Mirage for both squads. I think it was quite rough. So if it's like, you know, teething problems, like the first match we flown over to Saudi, we're sitting on LAN, etc. Bit derpy for the first game. You've got to get all of that out of your system now and focus on your main game, especially if you're Apeks and you've lost your map pick. Moving into Overpass as a second, that could be quite brutal. So definitely got to pull the socks up and try and capitalize on all the advantages they have, because again, that was there were so many rounds that were just back and forth, and it really wasn't clear who was going to take each round until the last man dropped. We saw 1v2 clutches, we saw 3-on-5 clutches, we saw all kinds of unlikely situations turned around by the team who had their backs to the wall. But again, I think when these squads have got these advantages, especially going forward, they're going to have to close them out.
Yeah, and a couple of the GamerLegion players, I think, really stepped up at the end there. Heels especially had quite a few big rounds towards the end of that overtime. He had that B hold. He had the multi-kill on the last round as well. So definitely great to see him stepping up. And then the fact that Neelan fragged so well, the fact that Isaac fragged so well, not the players I was expecting to be on top for GamerLegion, but great sign for them going forwards.
That was a long map. We're going to head to a break. When we're back, it'll be Overpass, game 2 of this series.
look into your heart, tell me what it is you seek. Jupiter and Mars fall into my arms. I got everything you need. Oh, don't wait too long. We don't have much time to spare. This could all be gone tomorrow. So all I need right now is your love. You're taking me higher, taking me higher. So when the moon rises and the flame is ignited, we're stronger together and weaker divided, yeah. Take my hand, follow my lead. Only one way to be. Living young, wild and free. Living young, wild
الحياة لحن، ولأننا جزء من مقطوعة عظيمة تحركنا، تلمسنا، تصنع من لحظاتنا ذكريات بديعة. لأن الوجبة، التجربة، المغامرة، حياتك بعد جديد في هيلتون الرياض.
All new Honor 90. Capture ultra clear detail with a 200 megapixel camera. Care for your eyes with risk-free dimming display. Honor 90. Share your vibe.
Welcome back. We had a banger game of Mirage to start the first series of the B stream. 3 best of 3s coming at you, and we've only done the first map of the first match. Well then, GamerLegion stealing the pick of Apeks in Mirage, moving over to Overpass. I think it's fair to say that Apeks look a little shaky and look like they might be in trouble.
I think so too. I think that is an absolute fair statement considering what we just saw. And I know Apeks have been a team that don't mind Overpass historically. They've definitely got some good pieces on this map. But GamerLegion looks like they're trying to make this one of their home maps, and it makes sense, I think. They are looking pretty structured based on what we saw previously. Maybe some rounds of hesitation from GamerLegion, but overall, they generally look like they were on the same page. They've got a good chance to try and take this series 2-0 and eliminate Apeks from Gamers8.
Yeah, they're in trouble. I'm just enjoying this fly-through, actually, because, you know, in CS2, one of the maps I've spent the most time on is the new Overpass, and I'm enjoying the generational upgrades. And within the life of CSGO, we've had much generational upgrade as well. Of course, the sound, let's not forget the brutal, violent sounds of the AK, of a ladder, and so on. So it's great that we are turning a corner in that regard. But before we get there, we need to see who will be the victor of this series, and plenty more here at Gamers8. Again, Apeks lost their pick of Mirage. Let's see if they can bring a more stable structure to Overpass, the greatest test of a professional team in Counter-Strike today, if you ask me. My opinion is widely regarded as fact, I might add. Sassanito will be the raid boss for Apeks. He'll have the Dualies. Dual Elites or Dual Berettas, depending on when you started playing Counter-Strike. He'll be the raid boss on that CT side. Connector, a very dangerous place when a team is on a force buy. Pistols Can be quite dangerous here. Just the Glocks for now, though. Nealon making his way through. Acorn's going to have a PT-50, actually. And a smoke grenade as well. Hickson running distraction. Jacob's got to deliver these headshots, and he does. Bombs on the floor. Beautiful from Jacob. One tap and gone. I'm sure the commanders let me ace. No one's even been touched by these CTs just yet. Jacob willing to duel for this last one. Getting that reload in. Surely they let him go for this. Those headshots were nasty, and you can see why that bait setup was there to allow him to just pop them one after the other like a grape between two fingers. Nork with the last one, but that was such nasty work. They put the right man in the right place to deliver the goods, and boy, did he deliver those goods.
Pretty sure we saw a quad kill from Jacob in a previous pistol as well over on Mirage. Oh my god. You just want the last one clean. As soon as he starts missing the shots on the last one, it makes you a bit sad, because up until that point, the efficiency of those kills, incredible. And Jacob's definitely a man to watch here on Overpass. Around the bathrooms, around that A site, he can always get in behind you. He is an absolute menace in those bathrooms. Definitely worth watching out for him. For now, nothing really for GamerLegion. Maybe someone else is turning on Apeks to get some frags.
So good when you see them coming. I love the how important the shadows are on Overpass for situations like that, where you can just start pre-firing. In a situation where you just minimize the variance that bit more. Very, very handy indeed. But again, I think as we go through this game of Overpass, especially from a CT point of view, if we get these late plays onto the A-bomb site, a CT smoke can be very, very powerful. Just a little deep on the steps heading towards the site, where you'll see the T's shadows before they come out of the smoke. Very oppressive scenarios that can be created by the CTs if they hold on to the right utility. So we'll keep an eye out and see if that happens later on. But for now, it's the first buy round for GamerLegion, and the AK-47s are out.
Normally you get that AWP playing up on this A side of the map, but Nork doesn't have that. So it's actually an MP9 of Kixan in connector, and they're very happy leaving Jacob here alone in a lot of rounds, but Kixan caught out. Are they ready for Jacob, though? He's in behind. How many? He gets the first for free, but the other players have already rounded the corner. That nade could be good. It finishes off Nealon, and Jacob's still alive.
He is causing problems on this game. 6-0 is Jacob for now. His mere presence is becoming a nuisance now, hiding around the smoke grenade and really slowing down any intentions GamerLegions may have had. They need to solve the Jacob problem. That'll finally be done. But his delay has allowed Nork to get into a very superior position. Volt is in the red, carrying the bomb as well, which has surely been known. Spotted by Divider. And now things become even more awkward. Did Volt spot Nork, though? Looks like he did. Isaac is here to help as well. We've got people creeping on the bomb sites also. Kios down bank, and Sassanito making a course off guard, rotating over towards B. Isaac's dropped, but surely they realized that it wasn't the person who killed Jacob earlier on. So that bomb is still lurking, and now Kios is on the bomb site as well. 16 seconds for Volt to rotate, and he is in a CT sandwich. He's in all kinds of trouble now. Seiko has to get that frag. Job is done. Nork finishes off both, actually. And GamerLegion are still looking for more. Man, what a nervous scenario. It feels like we are still in that game of Mirage, where things are just nervous and really going down to the narrow victories in the end, or the marginal situations there. T's in CT stairs to B, but they can't get the bomb on the bomb site either.
Yeah, just a bit of an oversight from GamerLegion around Jacob's position. And definitely expecting that Jacob-Nork combo on A to be incredibly strong. I feel like those two have a good understanding together. I've seen Kixan help out on occasion as well. And so only 2 on the B site initially in this round, up against the Pistols. Have to make sure you delay, which they are doing. And they do now have Nork in connector, ready to be a fast responder if needed.
How long can Apeks keep this run up? They look to enact revenge on GamerLegion. Good start. Oh, great timing on the flash. To no avail, though. Assassinito is still running hot. B defense is looking solid enough for sure. Job done. 4-0. Fantastic start for Apeks. Very strong start indeed. Again, GamerLegion have the better of their duels between these squads historically. Last time they played Overpass, it was a 69 for GamerLegion over Apeks at the Blast Major. 16-10 the time before that. See if Apeks can turn it around this time.
And even just in some of the recent maps that Apeks have played of Overpass, have not been going well for them. Losses against Astralis, Sinners, and Alternate Attacks. They've come off to a strong start here. Barely any kills even for GamerLegion. That might be about to change. Nealon's got an opener this time. This gun round looking better for GamerLegion.
Heal spots two of the remaining 4 on that B bomb site. I don't know that they really had positions to do anything with that information over towards A. There are questions as to the makeup of the rest of the team. Jacob has been dependable. Stico and Nork haven't been fragged just yet in this game.
Oh. They're just so comfortable leaving Jacob solo A. It's crazy. Nope. Yeah, okay.
Haven't seen the bomb, importantly. The bomb needs to be picked up by someone. Hasn't been seen by Apeks just yet. With only 3 players remaining, they're a bit lacking in information now. The remaining positions are passive. Playing from the bomb sites, essentially. No one really trying to make a play. Stico will be with Sassanito on that B bomb site. Nork with the AWP. They will hope will be an early warning system. 30 seconds remain. There we go. And then it begins then. Nork holding down the long position. But this is where the problem is. He's cutting them down, Nork, with a 3rd kill. He has really made this winnable. Fantastic job by him. Dependable on that bomb site. Isaac needs to get a bomb plant here. But it seems he will save Diorp. Great play by Nork, holding down that long position. I can't believe he got so many frags from that, but GamerLegion don't know where the second of the 3 players is. Is he towards A? Is he being... Is Nork baiting for them, or is he on that B bomb site? Very hard to find out without it being very costly.
Incredible work here from these 2 A players so far. This 3rd shot from Nork was just ridiculous. He had to be so quick on the scope in, so quick on the trigger. This is reminding me of a map that Apeks played against FaZe, I think it was, back at the RMR, where they got a really good CT side against FaZe off the back of Nork and Jacob. In that map against FaZe, Nork went 15-5 on the CT side, and Jacob went 17-12. They did go on to lose the map, but it really shows you that those 2 combining on A can be really powerful, can be really deadly. And GamerLegion are feeling that firsthand right here.
Ooh, oh, that's painful. 2 players getting lit up through connector. I've rarely seen so much success from that spray in a buy round. Kyo's really looking for that entry. Yeah, Sassanito's got a good angle. There are still 4 players on this B bomb site. So there's much work for GamerLegion to do. They've got some flashes, but they're a little light on util now. Acor still looking for his first frag. Just not being given what they want. But what do they make of this? No one's peeking this angle. There's a minute left. Is there a read that they might have? Actually, Kicksands started to rotate away through the smoke. He probably doesn't see the bomb on the radar there. Sometimes you see enough when the smoke's fading, so I'm not quite sure. Holding steadfast with 3, and GamerLegion haven't really made a play just yet.
Gonna have to. 35 seconds. I think they may just feel forced into this B site. And honestly, with Apeks' setup right now, I don't see them winning this.
First flash is avoided on Monster. There's the bomb spotted. 2 kills from Vault, but how much time is there to clear the rest of the bomb site? Perfect timing on that frag, despite the flashbang. And that was like a non-starter for GamerLegion. That one was, I don't know, they just kind of got lit up through connector, just waiting for their moment, waiting for the CTs to look for information for a punish, and they never gave them what they were looking for, and ended up just like watching bread go stale, really.
Yeah. Has been a good start for the star players on Apeks. I pointed out Nork and Jacob, both doing great work early. Sassanito also delivering a couple of rounds. Got 4 of his kills against Nico, but still good to see him do well. That nade on point onto Kios. He seemed aware of that position, but Stiko a little concerned about connector, so tucks back, and somehow Kios wins that duel with the Tech 9.
Tech 9's the evil, honestly. So menacing. Maybe this 4 and 5 makes Jacob more proactive towards the upper area. The bomb's been spotted though. Molly's going to be down as well. Kickdown swings a bit wide there, and that's going to leave the B bomb site open as Nork starts to post up on Molly to try and delay this bomb plant. The 2-on-2, 1 rifle on the 2 remaining players for the T side. Looking for their first round. Surely Acor's position is very strong, but Nork will deliver. Jacob waiting for the info on the last man, Isaac, with only 1 frag so far. It has been an arid landscape for GamerLegion on their pick of overpass. This could still be won by him. Who goes first or who finds the info? It's going to be Nork. We've surely seen him now and will deliver the goods as well. 12-1 is Nork as they move to 7 rounds, Apeks.
Nork on fire right now for Apeks as they take that 7-0 lead. Just in general, GamerLegion, I like the switch up in that round. I think a problem they were having is the slow rounds. They were kind of losing info elsewhere. They were never really denying Jacob from getting info. So I like that they move in faster to B, and it nearly works out for them, especially thanks to Kios getting that initial opening for them. The Apeks still able to rotate down just in time. Again, Nork reliable with that AWP, even when he's having to go in for the retake. He ends up getting both of those kills. Not always easy to do with the sniper. GamerLegion now back on AKs. AWP for Acor, but we've got to see them take a bit more map control early and either go for another one of those faster plays or try and deny some of this info that Apeks have been getting, because over towards A in a lot of rounds, they're helping get info and just stall out this GamerLegion T side.
Yeah, it feels a little uninspired at present. You wonder about the challenges that Apeks have or have not had in the upper regions of Overpass thus far. Isaac. 1 frag. Will it spread?
Wow.
That does not bode well for Isaac. Doesn't matter anyway, because Jacob, he is so comfortable on Overpass at present. So comfortable. Finally, Nork is forced off the angle, and there is more presence shown in the upper area. Kiel still lurking towards B, though. No one in short B for him to tangle with. Sassanito and Stiko will be in situ on that B bomb site, but Kicksands in an interesting position. I do wonder about Neelan. He's rotating with the bomb quietly, it must be said. However, he is heading towards connector. Kicks in. One down. The timing's not going to work out. Oh, that's brutal. He was there for so long. 37 seconds. Bomb heading towards connector. What do you make of that information? Acor's towards long, but he's on the opposite side of the map to the bomb. So does he try and pull a fake? Does he try and pull CTs towards that A bomb site? But with Jacob's position as well, there's so many questions to be asked. 20 seconds. That bomb heading towards Monster. Kios dropped. How does Acor have a part to play in this one? Neelan's been seen. That's all the information they need. And down goes the bomb. They know there were grenades towards A earlier on. And Acor is not in a position to help. Very bizarre scenario there. The bomb carrier with the frag on connector So awkward. But again, GamerLegion not really getting too far into these rounds, it feels like.
Yeah, GamerLegion go back to struggling to find an end goal in the round, really. And even though they got that killing connector eventually onto Kixan, he was there for so long that it made it really hard for GamerLegion to fake playing between the bomb sites at all. So I think Apeks were able to figure it out pretty quickly. And again, in the mid and late round, Jacob is always getting active. That's something GamerLegion is struggling to deal with. Got this Orb of Acorn running straight into short. He wants this fight early. Apeks might not give it to him. Oh, there's the cross, but there's an Orb waiting. Missed shots both ways.
So that one may be working out for Apeks. Oh, the trade is so important. Finally, they've got something. But how fast will they go? Jacob's position will be key. He's been around the toilets for so many rounds. They are wondering about their 6. Does he hold position here? Or does he go further? The radar, the bomb. You have to wonder. Neelan moving alone. No one checking that long position. Timing could be really painful here, though. But the sanities will be there for Jacob. Oh, hello. He's got to know that bomb's playing catch-up now. But what do his teammates do in the meantime? Isaac's looking towards the A bomb site because he knows they're going to try and rotate and support the defense of that bomb. So we're going to have action everywhere. In the meantime, Jacob thins the numbers as Acorn makes his way. He's been spotted and Jacob's still alive. They've got a 1v1 for the bomb while Isaac tries to find something on this bomb site itself. Oh dear, it's falling to pieces again. The dream is collapsing. Nothing but nightmares on GamerLegion's pick of Overpass.
Well, Isaac's going to hear this one player. A Nork with the AWP. Oh, timing against him. Or is it? He jumps back down. What a game Apeks are having right now. What a map from Nork and Jacob. Nork 14-1. Jacob 13-2. And just the space that Jacob's getting. He's making the right move every single round. And this is why watching a good team, a good player on Overpass is so fun to watch, because you get so much space on that A side of the map. If you have a good feeling, if you have a good intuition, you can be an absolute menace. And that's exactly what Jacob's doing right now. He's just denying GamerLegion in every single round.
This is a hell of a response from Apeks. I think there is a greater challenge for GamerLegion to offer from what we've seen in this T side so far, but Apeks are taking the opportunities given to them. They're taking the advantages given to them, and Jacob is looking so comfortable in that upper area. 13 for 2, Nork 14 for 1. These numbers are incomprehensible on your opponent's pick of Overpass. Oh my god. Fault has been forbidden from stepping on Overpass, it seems, the way he just got fragged. Again, Jacob will be lurking in a more forward position, but continues to move back as they understand that maybe this is one of those rounds where you might want to play more range. You can see GamerLegion trying to find some mayhem. Nork will see them charging towards his position. That Mac-10 rattling off, but where is Jacob? He's holding down a long area. Flashbang keeps feeling alive for the time being. Maybe there's a chance at a bizarre first round. This might be the kind of round that GamerLegion need to just break the deadlock and find a way in. Utility will certainly help as well. This could prove expensive, and Apeks might have to consider saving. Actually, Nork's got 9,000 in the bank, but the rest of the team are kind of short on money. Just GamerLegion are able to win by elimination. Again, we could look at a dramatically different scoreline at half-time. There could be 6 rounds in it for them. Easier said than done, though. Tech9 getting to work. That clock is ticking. 3 on 3. A tag, but no kill. And Nork will have to back off. Again, very hard to get back in that scenario. Maybe threw some good money after bad there, but GamerLegion are finally on the board.
Yeah, Nork will want a couple of those earlier missed shots back. 2 missed shots on the approach to the A site allows GamerLegion to close the distance. And then Jacob looked like he was about to be overlooked. But as he comes around the corner, GamerLegion finally figure out, okay, if we're not getting contact on the site, we've got to be concerned about A-Long. He's played there previously. They're able to take him out early. Just those smokes lock out the retake attempt for so long. So finally, GamerLegion on the board. Waited far too long to get their first round win. But it still salvageable in this half. If they can find a few more, not going to be easy when Nork's playing like that, though. 17 for 1. Astounding scoreline.
Yeah, this is oppressive. Before I can even say, you know, this is a key round for GamerLegion, break the money, blah, blah, blah. Like, if they could actually put Apeks on Eco, maybe they get 5 rounds in this half. Look at that peek from Jacob. He's giving them nothing for free. Oh, you thought he was running, but he's standing his ground. Oh, no joke. Oh, okay. I just saw it coming. Everything's going their way. But wow. Okay, opening frag for GamerLegion then. 2 versus 5 made 4. Oh, dear. What is the psyche like for a team experiencing this? After they win their opponent's pick and they look like the more stable team, then just to get smashed from pillar to post round after round in this scenario. What is the conversation like between rounds?
Stico's pushed through B now. So if they wanted to go back, they'd be locked in. I mean, 25 seconds. I don't even know if they would have time to go back, but even saving is not a certainty here with Stico closing in. Does he clear the left corner, though? Does he really? Oh, he does. He doesn't get the kill.
Wow. Speed run from Apeks. Revenge speed run. Looking like nightmare mode for GamerLegion. They haven't been able to stop Jacob. He hasn't really had much in the way of denial around the positions he wants to play in the upper regions around the toilets. And those forward positions are so good for so much information. If you can't force the CTs back, and you've got Sassanito to deal with on that B bomb site as well. That's before we get to Nork and the amount of frags he's delivered with that AWP. Yeah. Let's not forget that multi-frag, holding that long position where they couldn't trade him. Not much in the name of hope. It's looking quite desolate for GamerLegion.
Pretty bleak right now on the GamerLegion side. They are firmly in the tundra. They want to find some greener pastures going forward. Again, Jacob getting left solo on A. It feels like this has to be punished at some point. You have to set the tone. You're not going to let Jacob get up to whatever he wants on this bomb site. He is falling back into bathrooms. He does now have a rotate helping. See Jacob always wanting a fight, but this time he's finally traded.
Kixan is picking up the slack immediately, though. He could flank relatively early. And of course, you're not going to be straight onto the bomb site because you're going to have to clear their positions. They may read a commitment to that B bomb site, but if they do, does that make Kixan even more important? Kills of a running headshot. That is the key frag, surely, for the remainder of this round. If they lose that, then who knows how this one goes, but they've certainly given themselves a great chance and a tough decision for Apeks now. Do you want to play for this round and potentially lose and open the door for 5 at halftime for GamerLegion? Their money's not great here. And it has to be a consideration for them, but they've made it a 3-on-3. Flashes are here, but Bolt gets a blind one. Here's the trade, though. No more util beyond a flashbang for Nork. Sassanito is dropped, and money is falling for Apeks as well. Nork in the clutch now. He's got a kit after what he did earlier. Wouldn't put it past him if they give him the frags. But if they stay hidden, then he'll have to fall back as well.
No need to give him the fight. They realize they tuck back and take a second round. Desperately needed for GamerLegion at this point. And as I was just saying, I think it's really important that they've finally shown that they can deny Jacob early. Because it wasn't just the kills he was getting. It was the information, like you pointed out. Still came somewhat close, but that was a nice move from Acor forwards. Risky play, but one that he realized he could use to catch that opponent off guard after he got the info. And if you hit the shot, then the confident play will pay off. And so Apeks finally forced into a timeout because their money is actually a little awkward ahead of this one.
Yeah, I don't think it was wrong to go for the round there for Apeks, but there's absolutely a consideration to just have the most oppressive scoreline possible at halftime. But they've got a pretty reasonable buy with the money they had remaining. There are some shortcomings, of course. Deco on the MP9, Kicksan on the FAMAS, but maybe he can find a way to get that French gun working. One defuse kit on Nork as well. Jacob still has his primary weapon. Now, will there be a change in approach from Apeks on the upper area? Do they think that maybe Jacob's being somewhat targeted by Apeks now, or by GamerLegion rather, with the numbers at the very least? Apparently, well, there'll be more aggression from Apeks at least. Nork is there with the AWP. We've seen so many rounds where Apeks have had 4 players on that B bomb site. This time it's 3. Here even more aggro. Kios walking in, getting traded. Sassanito with 2. Deco gets 1 for free. Moonwalking Vault, maybe waiting for a flash over the top. Deco is ready for it though, and that is a great response from Apeks. But this is a winnable round for GamerLegion. Isaac making his way through, or trying to, falling back. There will be sound cues here for Apeks. Bristle round for both now in this 2-on-3. Knocks off angle. Will be strong though. Scopes in already. Wouldn't have been heard by GamerLegion. Walking into a sandwich. Great tag there. Acor in the red. That looked like it was on, but Sassanito will finish off the job. 3 kills in the round for him. Bomb secured, and not much for Isaac left to do.
35 seconds. Bomb firmly out of his hands. This time it's Sassanito's turn to step up. Haven't said his name as often, but he's also been a very good player here for Apeks. Isaac will try and move in, but Nork almost flawless in this half. 18-1 now. One of the best stat lines you're going to see at a half here for Nork if he keeps this up.
There even seemed some hesitation at the end of that round in what the remaining T was supposed to do. It looked like he was heading towards the save, and he went back and decided to go into connector. So, I don't know, there's just lack of confidence, I'm not sure, from GamerLegion, but this is absolutely not what we were expecting. But a fantastic response from Apeks. Again, best the one put under the cosh and delivering on their opponent's pick of overpass. Oh, Jacob somehow still gets one from that. Getting even more aggressive Apeks as we head towards the dying rounds of the first half.
GamerLegion have got to take that as a pretty big win. You steal away another rifle, and you get Jacob out of the round early. So now any mid-round aggression might be more difficult for Apeks to accomplish. It's still a 4v4 though, so overpass already quite a big map. It opens up even more, and Nork is peeking into mid. That's giving Apeks a little confidence that they can rotate players back down to B, but it might be false confidence because A long is wide open, and Nork could be put in a real high pressure position here as they start to close in from the flank.
Lovely flick from Nork, but will it distract away from the site? Putting up a defense for himself. Doesn't know what is around him. All right then, 4-on-3 retake scenario for Apeks. Volt's in a very strong position in the bank. Steeko's here as well. Volt looking for more. Isaac is here with a Mac 10. Strong position for Acor. This round might be worth 2 for GamerLegion if they can convert it. So awkward for both. Mac 10 on the reload. Steeko's got the sound cues. Nork on the site having a look. And Mac 10's in a sandwich, forces it back open again. What is there for Nork to do now? Lovely flick. Has the kit. Acor's miles away. Acor can't defend this bomb site. Oh, it's too late to defuse the bomb. Now he came off the bomb. Most unfortunate, but also pretty wild that Acor's defending the bomb from Divider, but is planted for CT. But here we are. They got their round, and they broke the money for the CT. So there's a chance for 4 now, and maybe that'll be enough. Who knows?
Yeah, it was Acor who got that kill on A long earlier, so I was wondering if the comms would be there for Nork to just take the risk and stick the defuse, but doesn't happen. Maybe just getting a little too hectic in all of that madness on the A bomb site. And so a chance for GamerLegion to try and at least find 4, and maybe a chance. Overpass can be quite a CT-sided map. Let's see if GamerLegion can convert, though. Apeks will buy what they can. Sanito only has a USP. A couple of flashes is what he decides to go for. Look to set up his teammates in this one. There's a gamble in connector from Apeks. 2 players stacked there. Hoping they'll find some contact. Doesn't look likely, though. Kios taking B short control for now. Hello. That's a good start from Stiko. AK recovered.
Cutting the side half of the smoke now. Oh, the P250 will do enough. 3-on-3. Isaac with 13 HP. They are relying on Volt to make a play. Surely he goes towards that B bomb site. The rotation would be long and risky otherwise. Hiding on the site for now as Nork continues fiddling, changing his elevation but unable to avoid the lead from that AK. And now that flank can begin. 35 seconds on the clock. Seeker's got a rifle though. There's the bomb dropped. He'll be traded. And it's down to Sassanito, the man with the impact frags. Could be on the bomb site, could be on short. Acor slowly making his way in. Where does the cover come from? Gonna go ahead of that smoke. Plant's coming on the other side. Running through, but denied. GamerLegion will find a 4th round as we head towards half-time. This is the kind of score that I think Apeks could have had on their CT side of Mirage. Didn't happen, but here we are. For the first half of Mirage anyway, but they have at least managed to achieve that on this occasion. Comeback is looking good so far.
Looking good. 11-4. I think Apeks should be able to do good work from here, but we will find out. Got to see exactly how this one goes down. I think GamerLegion can have a chance, though, with this current scoreline. It's not going to be awful if they can win that pistol, but that's still a question.
We return for the second half here on Overpass. A brutal affair. GamerLegion didn't really get anything going until the very end, where they just got a few desperate rounds. But will they be enough? 4 rounds at halftime, moving to the CT side of Overpass. This is their pick. If they can be successful in the on this pistol, then maybe they can show us why this was picked, because we're still waiting to see that at the moment. A big pop flash, and so far so very good for GamerLegion, looking sharp immediately in this pistol.
Yeah, nice start with the counter utility. Volt getting that initial kill through mid as well. Fight's coming to Stiko. Maybe not needed to take that one, but Stiko is now alone. That's going to put him in an almost impossible position. Bomb was dropped. Isaac has even moved forwards here. So Stiko struggles to clear that angle. Nice crouch from Isaac, who gets a quad kill with those dualies. And now GamerLegion showing us they have some life left in them here on Overpass.
Very promising start indeed. See if their CT side can be as oppressive. The luxuries of the CT side, the shadows, the angles have gone for Apeks now, and things must be done the hard way. Haven't really invested into this pistol, this second round here. We've got a Desert Eagle for Nork, but that's all there is to really talk about. So the AKs will be coming out very soon indeed. Let's see what they're able to do. Let's not forget that Glock round we saw on Mirage. Catastrophes are certainly possible. They may wait out the utility in this one. There'll be 3 M4s for GamerLegion though, which means there'll be less util available to them. And Nork can go fishing with this Desert Eagle. Try and find a jewel at range.
I feel like they've got to hope they get timing on this jump peak. Actually, the jump peak stopped now from GamerLegion. Maybe A long would be a little exposed briefly. Oh, there's the jump peak, but no shot landed from Nork. 3 CTs on A as well. GamerLegion very ready for this.
Getting entertained while they try to close the distance, but Volt is holding the position down. Good teamwork from GamerLegion to get a smooth 6th round on the board. They go past the halfway mark then, as far as their opponent's score is concerned. But again, that was a minimal investment from the T side. The AK-47s will be coming out as well, maybe less if they need to prioritize grenades. But the synergy between the CTs was certainly here, making sure the angles were covered. Now let's see what Apeks can do. So North will be on the Galil in order to get the required utility up. 24-4 is Nork. I think the easiest rounds have come and gone for Apeks. This will be a completely different challenge on their T side.
Very forward position from A-Court. Sometimes can be an off angle. It doesn't get cleared initially, but it's a committed position, so it will be traded. Now look at Volt, though. They look like they have almost entirely overlooked Connector right here. Finally, they look back, but Volt wins the duel. And now Apeks realize they might be trapped in towards this A side of the map, and still GamerLegion continue to fight them.
Stiko and Jake can remain. Are we going to see a mirror of that first half where things are just so hard for the T side? Certainly will be in this round. Made worse by Volt's position on short, looking for that headshot, but running out of ammo. Oh dear. What part will that have to play in the remainder of this round? Now the bomb can get planted. Confidence will be rising. 4 HP for Stiko. Just couldn't find that headshot they were looking for. Oh, Neelan's patience pays off. That may make the difference, but Jacob has been one of the key men for Apeks in this game so far. In the clutch now, looking for 3. Where have they all gone? He's got the right tool for the job. He's got the AK-47. He's found himself a 1v1, but Neelan will deliver. 3 stand for GamerLegion as they make their way to 7.
Finally, that defuse will come through, and GamerLegion really stepping it up now. And this is always a concern when you have a really good CT side on overpass. If it's not your map pick, it's not a map you're that comfortable on, the T side that can be really a problem when you're trying to get that map control. If those protocols aren't there, you see GamerLegion just able to come up through connector, fight with confidence. And Apeks forced into another timeout because they still have a lead, but it is starting to get a little close now. Still 4 rounds in it. It feels like GamerLegion have really come to play here on this CT side.
See what Apeks have in mind with the utility they have purchased. Everything is deliberate with a team like Apeks. Got a lurk smoke through Monster in the Apeks squad, which may compel GamerLegion to dump more utility at the beginning of this round. And it's going to be a shooting gallery for him, but there will be a trade. Question of how much damage they can do for Apeks. Probably hinging, trying to get a bomb plant here. That may or may not happen. Neelan still in a good position to buy time for that rotation. We see a second man coming through. I mean, Nork could fall back and just reset this situation entirely. There's still over a minute on the clock in a 1 versus 3. That would at least force one of the CTs to go back towards the A-bomb site. So you can hold position for a while and spread out GamerLegion somewhat.
Try and do exactly that. And you see the mini-map with Volt rotating up to A, so they are starting to spread on the CT side. GamerLegion happy to play without the info, though. Not going to look to spot Nork. They're going to force Nork to take the first fight. 32 seconds. Finally, Nork will make that move. But AK up against him in the hands of Neelan. Might be a tricky fight to win. They're playing really passive here. Might even be the AWP to take first contact. No, even Akor's sitting back. Wait for Nork to move all the way into the site before Neelan finally hits him with the off angle. Very well done by GamerLegion, just making sure there was no way into that one.
That lead is deteriorating. It's slipping away pretty quickly for Apeks, although now their full buys will start to come through. I'm not sure we've seen a bomb plant just yet. Oh, we have seen one actually. But let's see if we can see one in a full buy round like this. HE grenade left in spawn for the time being. Prompt take off connector. It will always be a concern for the T side when that door's been blown off. They'll have to force the CT away if there is one up the stairs to stop the CT player getting pinned. I feel like they must have seen Jacob as they fell off there. No damage done though. So Apeks have prioritized urgency in round 20, aggressively taking short B and clearing out the connector position as best they can.
What's the timing like for Volt? Looks like he's got great timing. Oh, but no frag! Kickstand somehow turns it round on towards him. He was throwing nades when he got peeked there. Volt will want that one back, but now more CT aggression. Jacob ready to deny. Braves favoring Apeks, and they should have clear access to that B bomb site.
Sassanito. Not sure if he was aware of Neelan. He did get a frag earlier on. Lineup is absolutely perfect. 38 seconds. Sassanito's creep can increase now, but the angle is somewhat oppressive for the time being. Oh my god, he had to deliver that one. He's been so dependable, Sassanito, but on this occasion, capitulation. Nork looking for that second player then. Leland changing his position. Where does Nork go? He's got to go and find a kill from somewhere. Cannot just stand his ground. Surely he's heard in the water. Bomb's not planted for him, and Neelan has a kit. Neelan has the only kit. As Akor will show some presence. Nork has half the info now as Neelan's changed his position. See that face happening. Oh, Nork! Oh, he was so close to that. I can't believe he even got Acore in the first place. They're really trying to bait him to look the wrong way, and he's still almost got both kills.
So close there. Spots kneeling on the site, but realizes that means the Heaven player will peek. Decides to flick up instead. Nearly got awkward there, but Neelan able to trade. And so GamerLegion able to turn the round into their favor, and that looked so good for Apeks. You can't be mad at the position Apeks got themselves into. Just missed shots maybe as they approach the B bomb site. Sassanito not making the most of his opportunity. And now GamerLegion are right back in this one. Just 2 rounds the difference. Apeks able to get another buy on board, but they have not won a single T round so far in this half.
Watch your legs, Deco. Neelan's a footman. He let him get far enough to ideally not get around the corner in time. Somehow Deco is still standing. So there's a boost towards B. I mean, it's not much information. You're going to expect the lion's share of CTs on that B bomb site early, as is common on Overpass, but Apeks still have 5 players up. Focus on B as far as the bomb is concerned. Sassanito still creeping. Deco ringing the bell, refusing to leave that connector position. Maybe it's time for the rest of the team to make a play now.
Contact through Monster. Flash goes in, but Acore doesn't even get his gun out in time. Nork finds the initial entry. And what is the response from Apeks? 25 seconds. I think they have to commit this bomb into the B site now, and that's despite the rotate arriving. Kills all over the bomb site, but it's still Apeks up, and another shot from Nork. Can Volt do anything here? Smoke goes up, he goes through, planted on the far side, and Sassanito keeps his team safe as Apeks finally pick up a T round.
So key, they had the presence of mind to plant the bomb in the correct place. That grenade from Steeko in the water, though, was wonderful. That's such an important frag, such a hard position to deal with sometimes as well. Really key to open up that bomb site for the rest of the squad. Again, they've done their work. It finally pays off for them. But they've got to string the second round together. This is the key round where they can break GamerLegion. They'll have no money in the bank if they are to lose this round. So this is super key for them as well. But they have to be brave enough to play their game, not be afraid to lose. That often leads to loss anyway. You can see how aggressive they are now. Volt's got to be careful with the barrel of his gun when he's looking to that right-hand side. Nork's got the info. Volt's on an island. If they can deal with Volt, then the teams are going to be in a lot of trouble. That's exactly what will happen. Only 3 players remaining for GamerLegion with 1:20 on the clock.
Gonna have to pull something off here, and the aggression out Monster from Isaac could help. That's good info at an awkward angle to clear. Even with a 5-7 in his hands, he could get multiple kills if they come his way, especially if it's only 2 T players in position here. If the first man goes down immediately, it might be hard for them to trade this.
Whoa.
Oh boy. Okay, the bomb gets back. That's good for them. But now it's an AK for Isaac, and he goes back to short. Oh, what a shot!
Steeko sleeping there. He's going to win the round single-handedly. This is unbelievable. This is the round where Apeks had to break, but they just allowed Isaac to walk in and maul all of them. A 4K single-handedly keeping GamerLegion in the fight. That's a monstrous round to win and a disastrous round for Apeks to lose.
We had 1 or 2 swing rounds on the first map where GamerLegion won at key moments, at key junctures to win that map. This could be another one of those. And it's Isaac again. His positioning has been so solid. I feel like he catches players off guard a lot of the time. Sneaking in through Monster, getting that first kill, really threw a wrench into the plans of Apeks, really threw them for a loop there. They couldn't handle him. And now their economy is going to feel the wrath of that. Just 2 rounds in it, but GamerLegion have been really good in this half. They've been looking like they could absolutely make this comeback happen. GamerLegion would love to build up some money in this round, though. Because look at their loss bonus. If they were to lose at any point, they would be in so much trouble with the money they have currently in bank. So important that GamerLegion don't take many casualties, assuming they win this round.
What a turn of events. Opportunities missed for Apeks. Very dire situation for them. Five on 4, but still, this is a very ropey round for them. Very ropey. Asking a lot for trade frags with these Desert Eagles. They got a second entry, though. That could be interesting. Also, these positions of GamerLegion. We'll see if Volt gets anything done with the 7-4-A4. Hasn't been spotted just yet, but Apeks are all over the bomb site.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb planted with 4 players standing. This is so strange. Now Volt comes through from the back, and there's a lot for Apeks to do, but perhaps everything is a bonus beyond this point. Bomb plant for them, a swing and a miss from Xasanito. Leaves Nork and Jacob to do the heavy lifting here in a 2 versus 4. But where are they? There's Nork at the front of the side, delivering one, delaying somewhat. Then Jacob down to him to do the rest, but Neelan will clean him up very quickly indeed. So despite the awkward positioning, GamerLegion survived with 3. Just 1 round behind now. But Apeks did enough. They got a few kills. They planted a bomb, and they've got plenty of money for this round.
Yeah, I think that is fine for GamerLegion, all things considered. Yeah, you do allow the bomb plant, but keeping 3 alive was probably the most important thing. Trying to keep your own economy at least somewhat good. And it also was just good positioning from GamerLegion to be able to set up in that retake. Big round here then. Apeks will do what they can, but they've only picked up a single T round as we get the guns back out. Smoke down early for Jacob. Briefly blinded. Jacob sneaks in below, so they drop back, and Acor, the movement almost cost him, but look at Volt. He's set up for a freebie all the way in behind. Stiko will bring one back, so immediately into even numbers.
Yeah, and Apeks make sure they've got a window of opportunity on this B bomb site based on the positions up top, but if you don't get that kill, it's quite risky to make a forward play. GamerLegion have retracted in the upper areas. Nako will be in position to support the B bomb site one way or another. Minutes on the clock for Apeks. 2 mollies and 3 smokes. There is an execute to be had. Kixan rotating with that bomb. What are the ultimate intentions of Apeks, and what is their read of these CTs? I hear these flashes as GamerLegion look for information.
Rotate is arriving. Volt's going to put himself on long. This could allow a nice little crossfire if those 2 players can work together here for GamerLegion. Kios moving in, denies the first man who was so far ahead of the rest of the pack. 15 seconds. They need these kills, and they need them now. Volt coming into position. They're not ready for him. And that is GamerLegion tying things up. This is only a single T round now for Apeks, and you can see GamerLegion growing in belief with every round they win.
If we go back to the beginning of Overpass, I mentioned the CT smoke on the stairs. That's very oppressive if it's put up late round because the T's run through it. Their shadows show before they're even out of the smoke. That's the smoke I was talking about. You can see how much hesitation it causes. There's a big gamble there, but look, they're all stuck. They know there's a CT behind, and it's a really rough situation for them. Even worse by the fact that there's a sandwich as well. That smoke is so hard for a T side to deal with, especially if that clock is running down. Everybody tunnel vision on that truck position, only to fall from the other side when it was needed. GamerLegion have been on a tear in this CT half, and now the score is tied. Apeks have their backs firmly to the wall now.
That smoke just rolled under the truck. That's a bit of a shame. But it's all good. Those are just extra nades GamerLegion are buying because they're so rich right now. They should be in good shape in this round. Apeks' buy. It's a little awkward. Still got an AK, still got a chance to try and do some damage in this round. 3B early for GamerLegion. Fairly standard, but it's the AWP of A-Core, which might be a little unexpected. Allowing him to take initiative, and they swing into Monster as well. Isaac is having a really good series for himself here. Continues at the top of the board for GamerLegion. Stiko is going on a solo mission with this AK, but look at that off angle from Volt. Very hard to clear that. The AK's gone. And GamerLegion looking very good to take the lead for what would be the first time on this entire map.
Feels like Apeks are going to have to dig deep and produce something. Not the fullest buy in this round, but it does feel like their ideas bank has been drained by GamerLegion. Both teams struggling on the T side. But now they've lost the lead. Maybe that'll be the inspiration they need to try and turn things around here, Apeks. Came into this half with great KDs. Mostly the death side of things that has been filled by GamerLegion. 3 rounds away from a 2-0 then.
Getting close now. And on the Apeks side, you've got to feel bad for Nork. Not just because of how good he was in the first half, but still been putting up a few frags in this second half as well. This has not led to round wins here. 27 and 12. AKs are back out for Apeks. Who can step up for them? They've only won a single T round in their 10 attempts. Aggressive maneuver from GamerLegion. They've got 3 players up on A early and 1 man in connector. This is a huge switch up from GamerLegion. I mean, mid's taken, but this B site is really weak right now. This is a chance for Apeks.
Yeah, Kios could have something to say about this, although he's rotating the long way. He's leaving connector, if I'm reading the radar correctly. Neelan may have something to play, but they're wondering where everybody is. What is the read here from Apeks? There's no one on the bomb side, basically, apart from Isaac at the back, who's playing retake with his teammates. So they must really have outmaneuvered them, but they're going to have to watch their backs in all directions. They're getting close to the smoke, spotting Isaac. But what about the players coming in from the back? What about Kios in connector? What about Neelan outside at Monster? There he is. Kios swinging through short now. Neelan just trying to run distraction in the meantime. It's a big peek from Sassanito, but down he goes. The numbers are dwindling for Apeks. There are kits for 3 of the 4 GamerLegion players, and they're all in the water. Apeks going down one by one, and these numbers will swarm and trade. A wipeout. 3 survive for GamerLegion as they move to 14.
I mean, that's one of the upsides GamerLegion have of taking so much A info and leaving B open, is that if you're just stuck on the bomb site in a post plant on overpass, it's not that great for you. And you see that Short gets cut off, Monster gets cut off. You're all just stuck on the site where there's barely any cover. You're all just cowering in the water, cowering down below the site. And it means that GamerLegion coordinate this retake really well. You see players getting caught in the back, players getting swarmed from all angles. And GamerLegion just 2 rounds away from a massive comeback here. Oh, huge nade. One for one early. Volt, gotta be careful. There are T's waiting. He didn't seem to realize. So Apeks with an advantage early. They're ready for the monster aggression. And finally, something working out for Apeks.
Sassanito will grab the bomb. CT rounds have been so hard to come by for both teams. It probably feels worse when you build that lead on a CT side and lose it. Experiencing the same as your opponent. Long spray from Nork will deliver and draw Neelan over. All the information they needed. Great headshot from him as well. There's money in the bank for GamerLegion though. They can survive this test. At least one play with 11,000, so there's much more work for Apeks to do.
On the first map, it was Sasanito who did absolutely everything for Apeks, and they still couldn't win it despite his 40 kills in that double overtime game. This time it's Nork, whose numbers are just absurd. He's got 31 kills. He's won 6 opening duels. Never been the first man to die in any of these rounds. A lot of multi-kills in the mix for Nork, over 100 ADR. He does not deserve to lose this map, but Apeks are down right now. They need to find more. As you said, still money for GamerLegion. If they were to lose this round, there might be some economy issues, but they still have a bit of money in the bank. Let's see if Apeks can keep it up. They handled the CT aggression in that round. This one looks like a more standard start to the round from both sides. That smoke has not extinguished the molly for Jacob. That's all good. He'll move into position eventually. Big damage onto Isaac.
Nobody home. They tried to go. Jacob stuck behind the molly. Shrapnel coming their way. Look at the support flashes for GamerLegion as well. 2 frags, cut the sights in half and fall back. The numbers are here as well. So many issues for Apeks. Bastico will try and do what he can. More is required, but more is not coming. Only more CTs on this B bomb site are coming, and it's match point for GamerLegion.
An 11-4 half for Apeks has so quickly turned against them here in this second half. GamerLegion only dropping 2 rounds on their CT side, looking so good for them. Apeks facing elimination here at their opening match of Gamers8 2023. Can anyone step up for Apeks? They need someone and they need something now. Has that orb. Could that be the difference? Opening pick found against Acor. An advantage for Apeks to work with.
Still trying to hold on our Apeks. Salt may have a lot of sound cues. And help appears to be on the way. A complete abandonment of that B bomb site, but Apeks would never know it. So they'll give themselves an extra man, so to speak, by fully committing to the A bomb site. I kind of love this, especially with the time on the clock. Then there were 3. You have to wonder if we're heading towards overtime territory once again with the money on GamerLegion, but they have something to say about this round.
Ooh. Isaac's normally the B player, so I think they figured out that B might be open, but GamerLegion rotate back in time.
2 of them lining up, and Neelan goes for a spin. 4 on 2 then, and GamerLegion have to think about the next round here. Oh, that's a good delay. That makes this round actually more fightable. Maybe they'll commit to losing everything and down to the 2-1-2. Maybe they'll just win it here as well. Oh, what is happening to this round? Jacob in the clutch has got to get around the corner. Completely blind now. Kios full health will deliver. I thought GamerLegion were posturing for a save, and instead they win the match at 2 versus 4. Utterly crazy
Apeks.
scenes.
Brutal, but GamerLegion, what a performance from these guys. A massive comeback on that second half. And honestly, it sums it up nicely. Even when they were down, they found ways back into these rounds. Crazy final round to win, but what a result for these guys.
I think that's a brutal series of losses for Apeks. A lot of key rounds on Mirage, which they must feel should have gone their way and didn't. Advantages not capitalized on. And even there, I feel like GamerLegion, with the fadeaway grenade, was trying to maybe hold some rifles for the final round, being in a 2 versus 4. And you think that maybe that HE encourages them to commit enough to lose the round, but they end up winning the whole thing. 2v4, that's crazy, man. Wasn't meant to be for Apeks, and again, single elimination. That's it. That's your lot. You can't afford to make these mistakes in this kind of bracket, but here we are. GamerLegion do it in 2. Really wild scenes, especially after that first half of Overpass. You thought surely Apeks were going to storm to a 3rd map, but there is no 3rd map. A 2-0 for GamerLegion. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, and gotta say, GamerLegion were really good on that CT side. I think there were a couple of moments where they actually could have been broken, and every time they won the key round. And even at the end there, really impressive to be able to coordinate that retake. I loved how quick they were to move back towards B. It gave themselves that little chance after they took the risk earlier in the round. Fair play to Neelan as well. As the in-game leader, he fragged like crazy on that map. He was nearly top of the board for them. So a lot of positive signs for GamerLegion, and I think we were expecting this to be a really close series. And sure, it was 2-0, but man, both those maps felt incredibly close.
Yeah, it didn't play out the way I was expecting to. I think Apeks, it was rough. It was rough for them. I feel like GamerLegion seemed a little more organized. I don't know. I don't think that's fair to say, actually. I think we just saw so many crazy rounds where there was an advantage. Like the swings within rounds were just so crazy. 3v5s, 2v4s, all things like that. Absolute madness. But anyway, there's a lot of more Counter-Strikes to come. So Apeks will be going home. GamerLegion will play the winner of Heroic or Falcons later on. But we're going to head to a break and we'll have plenty more Counter-Strike on the other side. So don't go too far away.